for technologies. And sole purpose of this was how the learning of the students can become effective, how they can be accepted in the society in the best possible way. Their learning outcomes may become stronger, their effectiveness, their productivity, their contribution for the betterment of the country, how that can be enhanced in fact. Ours is a technical education. When I'm saying it's a very, very large system in our country, we are having 10,000 plus technical institutes. When I'm saying technical education, it is engineering, it is management, pharmacy, architecture, hotel management, arts and crafts, design, everything. If we are combining all together, 10,000 plus institutes are working in the country. Probably it is largest in the world. Even our whole higher education system, not only technical, other education system where general education we are considering, say BA, BCom, BSc, everything if we are considering, 1,000 universities, we are having 50,000 colleges, we are having some 15,000 ITIs in the country, and around 30 million students are studying in higher education. Only in technical education, this table which Alan is presenting here, in AICTE approved institutes, in technical institutes, which are 10,000 plus in numbers, the number of students who can take admissions, that number is around 32 lakhs. 32 lakh students can take admission every year. This much infrastructure, quality infrastructure in the country, it is available. But foremost task is the students who are taking admissions in technical education system, their core competencies, their relevance to society, their attitude, their behavior, their dedication, their sincerity, all dimensions, all attributes of those graduates should be in such a way so that the expectation of the society can be met out with their learning outcomes. So 6 hours inside the classes we are having teaching, conventional teaching we are doing, whatever it is mentioned in the curriculum that we are teaching, but everything which students wants to know, the innovative ideas which they are having, the new concept which are being brought by these students, some proof of concept which they are bringing, and some useful products with their ideas. Some external help is needed. So we have aligned with many of the edtech companies who are having real experience, world of ground reality they are having. And that experience, if it can be connected with the students, which probably teachers are not having that much. Teachers are having that academic background, academically they are quite strong, but as far as practical application of the knowledge is concerned, in those areas, our teachers may be quite weak. So that gap is being fulfilled by the edtech companies who have created quality contents, and that those quality contents on the NEAT platform, it has been combined all together. Just 2 years back when we have started, our secretary, Ministry of HRD, he was taking this initiative. Then in between we got Mr. Chandrasekhar, then Alan has joined this team. Last year, I think around 45 products were there, 17 companies were our partner in different areas, in coding, in communication skills, in employability announcement, in internship, and in management. Probably this year we have added, then mathematics. This year we have added cognitive skills. This year we have added. So many baskets we have added, and some baskets already we were having. So now it's a complete package with these friends. So foremost task is that with the help of these contents, which is equipped with artificial intelligence component, so that personalized learning of the students can be looked into. Every student is having different abilities. Some of the students are having very strong background, their fundamentals are very strong. Some of the students are very good in experimental part, the core skills part. So some of them are having good education, another one is having good skills, another one is having good attitude. So everything is not in the form of a complete package. We don't have a single student who is so who is socially is strong, his attitude is strong, as well as his cognitive skills are strong. The all sort of combination is not possible, and probably we teachers are unable to provide that environment. So advantage with this NEAT scheme is all sort of requirements are available on this NEAT platform. At present, I think 80 plus products are with us. We have scanned some 450 products we have received. We have scanned them. And at 4-5 stages, we have done the scanning of the products, and quality products we have brought on this one. Around I think 1,000, more than 1,000 experts. They have worked for months in doing the scanning and getting the quality products from our edtech companies. So thank you very much, all the partners who are joined with us. Our foremost task is these content should reach to our students, and that awareness will have to bring. So I requested Buddhaji that you please invite our companies at different times, different stages, and we would like to learn what exactly their products are and in what way they can benefit our students. So that's the purpose of this NEAT scheme. We are having SWAM platform already, where it is largest platform in the world as far as e-contents are concerned, but is more or less communication. The conventional curriculum, it is being taught on the SWAM platform, but whatever we are getting through this NEAT platform, it is outside the classrooms. How effective learning can be reached up to the students, even for the teachers also. Many areas are there where teachers also can register. Some of the products are on the basis of payment, even some of the products are free. Buddhaji and Ellen has created another platform where at the time of pandemic, many companies, they started offering their products even free of cost also. And many students in the country, they have been benefited. Probably Buddha will tell that how many students already it has been certified through these platforms and how they have been absorbed into the actual industries. The challenge which we people are having in technical education, the number of the students who are entering into our technical education, out of that one, around 1 million students are graduating only in engineering and technology. 1 million, 10 lakhs. Probably after China, we are the second one. They are producing around 1.2 million. We are producing around 1 million. But when they are going out from academic institutes, when they are coming out from the universities, when they are being tested by industries are saying these products are having many shortcomings and they need strong trainings according to the needs of the industry, but industry doesn't have time. They are saying that the day on which the students are graduating from the academic institutes, the next day they should be of a great use of the industry. That type of environment in the academic institute, it has to be provided. So those shortcomings, those suggestions which industries are giving, I'll be presenting next slide, Buddhaji, what industries are saying, what challenges we people are facing. One is challenges of employability. Thousands of, I'm saying 1 million engineering graduates every year in the country, they are coming out, and when they are getting filtered by the industries, very small number of students are coming out, which is being appreciated by the industries. So our challenge is anyone who is entering into this technical education system, they should be accepted. When we are requesting industries that you please tell us, after doing graduation, you are saying that these are the shortcomings, there is no use now. Only option is you people will have to train them. Your industry has to be converted into academic institute, then only those shortcomings can be fulfilled. If before coming out from the gate of the university, if you people can give some feedback, some corrective measures we people can take. So when we are discussing with industries, the suggestions which they are giving, they are saying, first thing they are saying, your students are fundamentally weak. Their fundamentals are very weak. They doesn't know basics. The civil engineering students doesn't know how soil testing has to be. What is the basic concept of geotechnology? What is the basic concepts of environmental sciences? So basic things to these students are not clear. That blame they are putting. So the responsibility goes on. We people have done for 4 years. The students remained us with us for 4 years. They have done experimental work in our laboratories. The theory classes they have attended in our classrooms. Into the industries they have gone for the purpose of internship. But still, if industries are saying that fundamentals of the students are quite weak, it's a very serious issue. Then they are saying the current developments which are going on into the market, the needs of the industry 4, they are saying we need students from artificial intelligence field, we need students from cyber security, we need students from AR, VR, 3D printing, robotics like this one. So advanced area they are asking, but we are teaching conventional subject. Probably 30 years back, whatever knowledge we had, whatever syllabus we had, same syllabus we are repeating. So industries are saying, please do revise your curriculum. They are saying practical skills of the students are weak. Practically, they are quite weak. They may be strong, in their cognitive skills, but as far as hands-on abilities are concerned, your students are weak. And it's true also. One example I'm quoting here. Some 4-5 years back, our director of one of the national institute, which is imparting training to technical teachers. It is NEETer, NITTR, Chandigarh. I was director there, and we were responsible to look after 9 states of the country, starting from Jammu and Kashmir to UP. And sole mandate which has been given to us was training to the teachers, training to the technical teachers. That at that place we wanted to select one technician into our laboratory who can work on PCBs, who can work on whiteboards, who can breadboards, who can do some soldering work, who can design some circuits like this. That type of person we wanted. We got some 75 applications, and all the students were having BTech degree and even marks more than 75%. Some of them were pursuing MTech also. When we were testing those students, first question we were asking, have you seen oscilloscope? Electronics graduate, I am saying, have you seen oscilloscope? The answer was no, sir. Have you seen any electronic component, diode, triode, transistor, IC? No, sir. Can you do soldering? No, sir. Please don't ask practical questions, sir. Ask theory. We don't want theory. We want practical concepts, in fact, which can be delivered to teach us. Those type of technical hand we want. So theoretically, some of the students are quite good, but they are unable to deliver on the ground, and that shortcoming strength the industries are saying. Probably these gaps which we are having, AICTE has revised the curriculum. We have made internship mandatory. We are having the teachers training also mandatory. Many emerging area subjects we have introduced into our degrees. But who will teach? First and foremost thing is confidence building of the teachers. It has to be. Whatever curriculum changes we are doing, whatever new additions we are doing, that new additions will be reaching up to the students where the teachers will be able to deliver. So with this type of platforms, and if we can educate our teachers also through these contents, probably they deliver these emerging areas or new areas to our students in a better way. Then industries are saying where most of the students are inclined towards IT jobs. They are doing mechanical engineering. 4 years they are studying mechanical engineering. But when question of joining the job is concerned, their preference will be IT sector, white collar job. No one is willing to join in core mechanical engineering or core civil engineering. They have been educated in civil engineering. They have been trained in civil engineering, and they can deliver in civil engineering with confidence. But their choice is IT sector because money is their money is more, the packages are more. So that type of brightness they are looking into their career. But when they're joining those they are not having basic knowledge, they are not having concept of IT also. So there also they are not getting success. So then they are saying students are not committed, they are not having ownership towards our organization, they are behind the packages, they are not stable. And average stability of our engineering graduates, according to one survey from in the age group of 28 to 30 years, 32 years, average age of 28 to 32 years, average stability of a graduate in an organization, it is 8 months. So they are not attached, in fact, no ownership they are having with the organization. So industries are blaming on the technical know of the students, the professional competencies which they are supposed to have, and as well as relevance for the betterment of the organization or the country. That sort of attributes we are saying the students are missing. Then they are saying, industries are saying, while you are assessing your students, while you are examining your students, you are giving one question paper, 8 questions they are there, you are giving 5 questions, they like to mug, they are supposed to vomit on the papers, and finally universities are giving one degree, one mark sheet is being given. On the mark sheet, some scores are written, CGPA 8.5, 8 like this one. Industries are saying we are not interested in those marks. We are not interested what subjects they have studied and what was the process of learning. We are not interested. We are interested what they are able to deliver, what new they can do for our organization, what sort of leadership capabilities they are having, how they can work in a team, their ICT skills, their dedication, their time management, their financial management, their communication skills. their entrepreneurship skills, their innovative skills, the ability to create some new ideas, creating new ideas, generating new ideas. Those sort of dimensions they are looking into our graduate and how much progress they are having. Those dimensions they are looking into the graduates. So the baskets which has been defined by probably all sort of dimensions which I'm mentioning here, those has been captured by many of the tech companies, and that benefit our students can take. Next one. And next. So new education policy, when these sort of ideas were coming, we were giving ideas to our policy makers also, that our policies, it has to change. Now the national education policy which we are having in front of us, all gaps which I'm mentioning here, all the gaps, suggestion for filling those gaps, filling those voids, those suggestions are in our policy. National policies focusing on multidimensional, multidisciplinary approaches in teaching learning. The learning students are having, that should only limited to one area. They should be able to work in many areas as per the needs. Just like Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Mahendra Singh Dhoni is a cricketer, but when he's in front of media, he's a very good orator. When question of modeling is coming, he's a very good model also. When question of leadership is coming, he's a very good leader of those 11 players. When he's behind the wickets, he's a very good wicket keeper. When he's holding the bat, he's doing wonders with that bat also. So he's a complete man. The national education policy is saying that values, the character, that core competencies and social relevance in our graduate, it has to be. That sort of suggestions are coming through our national education policy. National education policy is giving suggestion for improving the vocational school skills into these students. They are saying that access, equity, equality, affordability, and accountability of the institute students and teachers, it has to be any student who is having any sort of abilities, that ability, it has to be strengthened. If some weaknesses are there, those weaknesses also should be captured, and help from the teacher side, from the institute side, it has to be given. That is equity. And probably our National Education Alliance for Technologies, it is best fitted as far as dimension of equity, which is being mentioned into National Education Policy. National Education Policy is saying more and more students should be able to enter into higher education. Our gross enrollment ratio is around 27%. Suppose 100 students are passing through 12th class examination, only 27 are able to enter into higher education. 27 are able to enter into higher education. About 73%, we don't know where they have gone. In US, this ratio is around 87%. Japan, more than 70%. UK, more than 70%. Malaysia, more than 60%. China, more than 50%. Ours is only 27%. So national education policy is saying that more and more students should be able to enter into higher education, and their confidence building should be quite high. They should be converted into useful human resource. Probably NEAT will be able to increase our gross enrollment ratio also through these products. We can provide this sort of education even when they are at home. And even last year we have given, and probably with that knowledge, they can be becoming useful human resource. One competition, not competition, one program with our one of the NEAT company movie they have done just 1 week back. Around 10 lakh students have registered on that one. And the problem which that EdTech company has given, that you should know even will be imparting training for that one in 24 hours. You'll be able to learn that. And finally, the learning outcome of that training will be, to create one app where it can recognize the face of a human being. And more than 1.5 lakh students have done that wonder. So when space is there, when facilities are there, when help is there, students can do wonder even when they are sitting at homes. So when they are in their houses and with very limited fee, they can do. Our higher education, majority of the institutes are in private hands, and financial viability of the institutes are through fee only. So that's why our fee is also quite high. Students are unable to pay that much fee, and that's why our gross enrollment ratio is less. So the type of efforts which are being done by AICTE particularly it is aligned with the dreams or mission of the national education policy. We are in that direction, and probably our efforts which we are doing through NEET will be able to increase the gross enrollment ratio. We have started imparting teachers training, mandatory teachers training in even pedagogical skills also. It is not important what sort of knowledge the teachers are having, but how they are distributing with the students, that is very important. So pedagogical skills of the teachers in the area of instruction planning, delivery, assessment of the students, question paper setting, designing the curriculum, in all those sort of areas, we people are providing training to our teachers, AICTE teachers, and AMMM. Some 8 modules we are having on SWAM platform online. Then students induction program we have started after schools when they are entering into colleges. First 21 days there is no conventional classes. Just they let to dream, they let to understand, they let to create friendship with that environment in new environment, because they have been shifted from schools to universities. In that environment, how can they can adjust themselves, how they can start dreaming that what will be their future, why they are, and what target they'll be achieving, how they'll be achieving that target. We are having now mandatory internship also, exam reforms on the basis of learning outcomes, not on the basis of concepts of mugging, on the Bloom's taxonomy concept, how they can apply their knowledge, how they can create some new knowledge, and how they can analyze the problems, how they can synthesize the problem. So that sort of assessment we have started. Every institute will have to sign 5 MOUs with the neighboring industries, and every institute will have to go for accreditation also. Even in the accreditation process, these sort of initiative which AICTE has taken, if the institutes are taking benefit of this one, they'll be able to take the accreditation also. We are having our startup policy, we are having innovation clubs into the academic institutes, we are having a special innovation cell in AICTE. Every institute will have to have a social media cell. Then every institute will have to participate in National Institute ranking framework. Ranking is being done of the institute, so that students can know, the industries can know that what sort of abilities, what sort of capabilities institutes are having. Then National Innovation Ranking, our MIC cell is doing. Many SWAM MOOCs are available. 40% credits now students can earn through SWAM MOOCs also. This NEET, which I was explaining, it is a platform now. It is available to all students of the country, all teachers of the country, and personalized learning concept, it has been added into this one. So through help of artificial intelligence, depending upon the capabilities of the students, the speed of the learning can change. Even immediately the break can be imposed by the artificial intelligence tool, and it will tell that first of all you please learn that thing, prior learning that you have to, and again you have to come back on the driving seat and you have to start that one. And this is a public-private partnership. The strengths of the private companies and needs of the government or institutes like AICTE, that joining hands joining, it has been taken place. Next one. So as per the capabilities, as per the needs, the contents are being decided. There may be thousands of videos, audios, thousands of PDF files, but what exactly that students needs, that is the beauty of our NEET products. Immediately it is putting finger on those requisite contents. Our ministry is also very serious. Honorable Minister of Education, he has pushed this whole initiative. Yesterday he was also with us on teachers training. Yesterday we have launched one calendar for 1,000 teachers training program for next year, for complete next year. Last year we started training to 1.5 lakhs teachers. This year probably our target will be for 2 lakh teachers. And in that case, mainly the emerging areas we are stressing, and many of the industries are also our partner, while the training to the teachers are being given to our teachers. So teachers training, and this platform is basically students training, and even for every student, some of the students may be financially weak, socially weak. So we have put condition on our NEET partners that you please provide 25% coupon free of course. If 100 students are getting registration in one product, 25 coupons you will give in the hand of Buddhaji. Buddhaji will decide that who are the needy students, who are financially weak, to those students, those coupons can be distributed. He has created one tool also. That tool will decide that the financial abilities of these students are this one, their academic credential of the students are this one. On the basis of that one, those products will be reaching to the students. This year we are having B2B MOU also. Earlier we were having B2C. Just companies were connected with the students. Students can register, individual students can take the benefit. Now the benefit of this scheme can be taken by the institutes also. Complete institute can become the partner of these NEAT companies. That again flexibility it has been given. That benefit already some of the institutes have started taking. And dream of Honorable Prime Minister of India that we should become Atmanirbhar. Atmanirbhar will become only if our youth, if our young population, if they are knowing that what exactly they are supposed to do, that clarity it has to come. And when they are having that clarity, we should do the mentoring, serious mentoring of those graduates. When real mentoring it has been done, then they'll be having their feathers. That feather should be opened and they should be able to fly. We should give push to them so that they can do wonders for the betterment of our whole country. And the foremost core of our this NEAT theme is personalized learning concept. This is our team, very big team from all sort of areas. The experts are in this team who are dreaming, and those dreams we are putting on the papers, and finally we are converting into useful products, and those products are available for the students. The efforts which we people have done for revising the curriculum, imparting training to teachers, then mandatory internship initiative like NEAT, then SWIM initiative, and that NBA accreditation, the innovation cell which we have created, Smart India hackathons which we are organizing every year. Due to that one, the reports are coming that employability of our graduates are enhancing, it is increasing. At least that graph has changed its direction, it is moving in positive direction. That is one satisfaction to all of us, the team AICT, team NEAT, team MIC. We are having that satisfaction that at least acceptance of our graduates are going up. We'll be satisfied only when all the young minds who are entering into higher education, their acceptance in their self-entrepreneurship, their acceptance in innovative innovation field, their acceptance in research field, their innovation in job opportunity in the market. If all foreigners will be accepting them, if all foreigners will be able to accept them, then certainly it will be a great time for all of us, particularly for the policymakers like AICT. A dream of our honorable minister, Minister of Education, Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank, that value-based education, it has to be. So holistic development of our graduates, wherever they should go, not only in our country, even outside India, wherever they are working, they should be able to prove that we people are something different. Our family system, our sanskaras, our dedication, our sincerity, our honesty, our knowledge, we people are something different. That domination in their mind, it has to be. So curriculum we every year we would like to change, the pedagogical approaches we would like to change. Infrastructure which we are having in our academic institutes, it should be ICT enabled, globally competent infrastructure we should have. Our faculty should be quite strong. Accreditation of every institute, it has to be strong. Linkages of our academic institute, it has to be gross enrollment ratio, which National Education Policy is dreaming that in next 15 years our GER should be around 50%. That dream it has to be fulfilled, and strong innovative minds we should be able to create our academic institutes with strong incubation into the industries in our incubators. That's our dream. That's our target. So thank you very much, all our partners, NEAT partners who are connected with us. We would like to listen to people. Thank you, Budaji. Thank you, Alan, for very serious commitment which you people are displaying. Probably the integration of all sort of efforts which we people are doing, we will be able to change the shape of this higher education in the country, and finally face of the nation, and we'll be able to compete in the form of our GDP also. Honorable Prime Minister of India is planning to have $5 trillion GDP that will be coming through these young minds, and hope we'll be able to fulfill that dream of government of India also. Best wishes.
Yes. So, thank you, sir. Thanks for sparing your valuable time and addressing our participants and briefing about the current scenario of education and where students are standing, and also giving some figures saying that what are the requirements and what AICTE is doing for benefit of the students community. Thank you once again, sir, for addressing our faculty members and students. Now I request Mr. Buddha Chandrasekhar, sir, Chief Coordinating Officer, AICTE, to address about NEAT. Sir, Buddha, sir.
Yes, thank you. But can I'd like to thank my Vice Chairman Poonia. He has an amazing and here under his guidelines. This. And we have, two very amazing persons like our sir and our VM sir. So, as you know, now the entire world became a global village. So the opportunities are not only limited to our country or within our country. So the opportunity for our students got increased. And now the emerging technologies, which is basically driving our country towards a superpower and shifting. One second.
There's a signal weak from Mr. Buddha Chandrasekhar, sir. So I think we'll wait. Baljit, you want to make it as full screen, Baljit?
If you can switch off your video, just audio you take.
Yeah, sir. Yeah.
Buddhaji, audio.
I think yes. There's a heavy rain here. Maybe. Are you able to see my screen now?
Yes, sir. We can see that, sir. We can see that.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, the thought process is how we can generate the best of the best resources, innovators, researchers, from our country. So that's where the new education policy thought process started. And if you all remember this one quote from our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, he says, "National education policy focuses on learning instead of studying." Very powerful words. And critical thinking rather than curriculum, and special focus with passion, practicality and performance. I think this basically translated as a platform of NEAT, and the thought process moved from there to create one of the best platform for all our students where they can either skill or upskill themselves. So that's where things started, and we created this NEAT platform to accommodate personalized and customized learning, because we strongly believe that every student is unique in nature, and every student has a personalized way of learning framework in their brains and a customized way of learning. Sometimes I like reading everything on early mornings. That's my way of learning. And I more prefer pictorial. Some people wants to go towards more mathematical. Some people wants to go towards, research oriented. I mean, different way of learnings, right? So we want to create one platform which can accommodate all this. And we want to gather all these kind of companies, tech companies, who is already have such kind of platforms in place. So keeping all that in mind, we have come up with this platform called NEAT. So I will try to, make it fast because I know 4 companies are waiting. So how we are helping students? I mean, we are basically upskilling the students. We are providing them personalized and adaptive learning capabilities, and it assess your current capabilities. It will deliver you the dynamic content, and you can test your skills, and you can, you do a hands-on labs. There's a lots of virtual lab opportunities. And the selected companies are only the best of the best in India. Not only in India, if you take, from the overall globe, that's only the best of the best companies. and the products are very well fine-tuned, and we even negotiated the price with the companies by keeping our students' financial capabilities in mind. So basically, NEAT platform helps you for a better employment opportunities. And along with that, we have come up with a free seat allocation, because as someone already putting in the question on the chat window. See, basically the thought process here is sabka sa sabka, because we want to help every student possible. So what we did, we requested all the tech companies, as you are selling this product, for every 4 sales, you give us 1 sale as free of cost, so that we will give that to our socially and economically backward sections. Mainly the people, living in small remote villages, in tribal areas, and a few deprived societies, who lives in cities. So basically, they will receive this opportunity of accessing the high level content. So we are happy to share that in last NEAT 1.0, which we started a year back, there we distributed 22,500 seats worth, which is worth of 25.5 crore rupees. And in NEAT 2.0, even we are getting more. And from the edtech company point of view, see, for every customer acquisition, you need to spend the cost, right? So basically, we are giving you that opportunity to be with the MOU with us. And Ministry of Education is a world second largest educational system in the world with 35 crore students. So that's a huge opportunity for our edtech companies, and there is no platform to integrate edtech companies with students. So that's where we come up with a NEAT. So the NEAT has so many elements, I'm just trying to explain few. And creating an awareness camp about their products on a pan-India basis. And recently, as Vishyam sir mentioned, we opened a B2B also, because see, on the B2C, the profit margin may be less, but if you are selling it in bulk, the profit margin will increase, because this return of investment is. So basically, we worked on all this, and we had a few companies, and we had lots of changes. We organized a lot of feedback, and we added so many other categories, because mathematical, management, cognitive, accounting, finance, AR, VR, LMS, simulation based. And why only for degree, for diploma students, for pharmacy, for management, for engineering, you name it, we have all kind of the best courses got selected here. And we basically, taken things forward. And I really appreciate every company. I mean, if you see some of the companies, those are mind-blowing companies. I mean, the kind of capabilities they have. We churned them for 5 levels. I mean, but for any company, if they pass through this 5 level, what it really means, they have a best product with them, and they have a better content to deliver to the customers. Like example, Simplylearn, they have an amazing products. And the bullseye, they have a very good platform on the placement training, because it's very important how you present yourself and how you will get placed, and how you can do a salary negotiation. Because sometimes what happens, you may be a bahubali, you can do everything under there, but if you don't know how to negotiate your salary, then what is the point? Because economically, financially, you are going to be weak, right? So that's the space, what they are covering. And we have a platforms like Rubyversity, which basically covers the digital education, future skill sets. And we have another company, where they teach about the skill factory, where they teach about cyber security and opportunities. Because on the cyber intelligence, I mean, these are artificial intelligence. These are areas, I think, I see that the Indians can completely take over the entire world. Like, how we have nurses, which get trained in India and they serve the entire globe, right? Similarly, we can have a cyber security professionals, data intelligence professionals, data analysts, data scientists, lot of people from cyber, I mean, from a digital big data side. We can have a lot of people from artificial intelligence, from from IoT side. Huge opportunities. There is something called digital. New technologies are coming with help of AR, VR technologies. So all this we have in one platform, and we attach that social and economical element to it. where for every 4 purchases we take one seat and give it to the poor section of the society. And there also we created a rule logic, because we want to give a justification. So example, imagine 4 students, come on an equal way for a free seat. What we do is we first take their age, the senior will get the first preference, then their marks percentage. Imagine both are same, then we will go to their gender percentage. So based on their gender. So we have this criteria in place, and we are, without touching the system, the robot, the artificial intelligence robot, what we have written, that basically distributes. I mean, see, so what happens? Every seat what EdTech companies provides, that we will give it as a value addition, to this poorer society. So and on the name of the EdTech company, so that there is no change in the name, there is no white labeling at all, and we are giving an advertisement of your product, and the minute they receive that product, you can imagine the kind of a social engagement, social communication they do. I mean, this is what we are basically working. And I'm sure people, all students will get amazing opportunity to learn. And this platform even we are taking towards school education also, because as sir mentioned, we started vocational training from 6th to 7th standard. So we want every student to open their mind and utilize their right and left brains and engage them, and with the acquiring a knowledge and a practical approach. So we want to combine these two together and create a super powerful, knowledgeable students to come out of our colleges. So that's the thought process. And if you have any questions, you feel free to put it on chat. And I really welcome all our EdTech companies. They're really working hard, and the content what they have is the best of the best. I mean, I still learn. Yesterday also I did one course, and I always gauge the content what they have. And when we evaluate these companies, from infrastructure point of view, from the quality of the content point of view, amazing quality of content. So I'm sure if you purchase, you will really love it, and you will even feel satisfied that you are having one of the fellow poor students, maybe within your society or within your state or within your country. So that's what I have, and I wish you best of luck. If you have any questions, you please put it on chat box. We will try our best to answer. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Buddha sir, for addressing for the participants about NEAT and how the NEAT has been connected with national education policy. Thank you, sir. Thank you once again for sparing your time to address our participant. Now, next speaker with us is Mr. Shantanu Sharma, is an Assistant Vice President Business Development from Bullseye. And Mr. Shantanu Sharma will be addressing on aptitude and coding technical interview preparation, how it has been helpful through their tool. Mr. Chandrasekhar Sharma, you can address now.
Hi, officially a very good afternoon to everyone. It was a pleasure to hear from such a big names we used to hear. We have already there, always there in news. In fact, I hope I'm audible to everyone. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you are audible, sir. You are audible. You carry on, sir. It's audible and visible.
Wonderful, great.
To share some slides.
Great. I would love to share some slides, sir. I'll just take
Baljit,
a second.
you can give an option, Baljit.
Yes, sir. Already given, sir.
Yes.
Right. I think, sir, there is some problem with the system. It's share. I'm trying to share it.
No, you share it to us, sir. We will share it for you if required. If your PPT is small, you can share it to us. We will share it on behalf of you.
I wanted to show it live, but anyway, sir, I'll continue. I'll continue and I'll share it later on. So What you can do is my colleague Vikram is there, as an attendee. If you can give him rights, he will be able to share it with you.
Sure.
If you can give him panelist slide rights, he'll be able to share.
Yeah.
Shantanu, if you're using an Apple, you need to run a.
Yeah, it's visible now. It's visible now. The PPT is visible.
Yeah, great. It is. Thank you. Thanks for the support. Yeah. So again, because we have very less time, as per the schedule, it's very tight. But again, and officially, I would like to thank you everyone to give us this opportunity. Thanks NEAT, especially AICTE, to give us this opportunity again. Why I'm saying again is because we have been in past, we are a Chandigarh-based organization called as hitbullseye.com. It's been 12 years working in this space with this organization. As an organization, we are 22 years old, into training students for different competitive exams, not only placements. So see, when we talk about aptitude, when we talk about coding, when we talk about, so it's not only about placements. Nowadays, today's scenario, most of the I'll say competitive exams which are happening, they rotate around the same education requirements. So placements obviously is one of them, which is need of an hour. But other competitive students, I remember going to colleges and universities, where colleges and universities, they say that we are looking at something as a finishing school. I don't understand. It's only the difficulty level which varies and a little pattern which varies. End of the day, the base is the same. So we all together have to work in this space for training the student, testing the student, doing the assessments, keeping in mind not only placements, but other competitive exams, other career opportunities as well. I remember doing one pilot project with AICTE under guidance of Colonel Vanket. We had done a government college in Bikaner and UIIT Kurukshetra University. There was a testing happening for how online education will work. This is 2 years back, 2-3 years back, I'll say, when NEAT had to start. I mean, the first initiative by the NEAT had to start. Before that, we got this opportunity to run a pilot. So we were 2-3 organizations who did it with AICTE. So we were one of them. Gratefully, we were one of them. And we were surprised to see that, students from even government colleges were ready to adapt this kind of platform, e-learning through Zoom, through Google, Meet, and which ran very successfully. In fact, there was a team from AICTE which visited these colleges to take the feedback of the student, which was fantastic. So, I mean, students and the management and the college people have started understanding the need of an hour. And COVID being very badly hit nationwide, I think this is the right time. We should take this further. It is a wonderful initiative taken by AICTE and NEAT and give an opportunity to, corporates like us. I'll very quickly take you through the, things what we are doing. So we are working pan India at the moment. As a group, we also have schools with the name of Mindtree in Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh. Because majorly we are from Chandigarh, we are very strongly connected with all these institutes, colleges in North, but we have a presence pan India, including working with colleges and universities from like NITs and IITs as well, Narsimunji and other campuses in West, and SRM and VIT Vellore type colleges in South. North, obviously, lovely professional university, UPES, Chatkara. We've been in touch with these campuses from past 10 years, training their students on the same portal. In fact, just to add on, before I take you to the product, there are companies, with all due respect to all the companies, there are companies who converted their training to online once the COVID came in. When the lockdown happened, when the curfew started, so they transferred their training processes to online. We were that organization who was only into tech even from past 10 years. When I remember this portal started when even Byju's and Unacademy was not present in the market. They were preparing for it. That is the time. And in fact, our CAT portal is one of the hits and has been ranked #1 by Alexa. So it's not only placements. As I said, we are into different domains. training students for different competitive exams in this EdTech space. So online placement training is one of them, which is, gaining too much of, presence at the moment. So taking you through, I've told you that Alexa has ranked us #1 this year in test prep industry. My USP always has remained my academics, my content, and the traffic which I get pan-India. Not pan-India, in fact, this time the traffic what we are getting is global. So from different parts of the countries, different countries as well. Obviously, students get a platform where they can get training, testing done, assessment done at their own comfort at any time of the day. Placement managers, there are no need to work more on Excel sheets. They get a parallel portal to the training portal to the students, where they are tracking the and identifying the training needs of the students, right? So student being trained on my portal, there is a parallel portal for colleges and AICTE and NEAT to track what the students are doing, whether the student is actually getting trained or not. How much time did the student devote on this portal? What was his attendance? If you want to yourself trigger some particular video or test to the student, you all have all that facility through this B2B portal, which is called as Online Training and Placement Manager. And obviously the management, the cost cutting happens. Can we scroll down, please, Vikram? Thanks. So these are the tools we are training these students with the support of video tutorials, concept ebooks, practice assignments, online tests, supported by live lectures. So we have studios across different parts of the country, Pune, Mumbai, Nasik, Delhi, Chandigarh, down in south, where the vision and the mission of the organization was very clear from day one, that we want to reach the masses with the best content. Why a student sitting in a rural place in Punjab or Haryana or Kerala or Tamil Nadu should not have an opportunity to hear from a professor sitting in IIT Mumbai? So we designed studios in those parts, and because of the help of internet. So you won't believe it, on 3G, even on mobile, without using an app, directly from URL, you can take these sessions very comfortably. Live sessions from the top-notch trainers with concept books, video tutorials, recorded videos of the same live lectures which are happening, assignments and online tests which happen for the student. Not only concept building tests, when I say online test, I'm talking also about company-specific testing, which happens on the same pattern and difficulty level, which these companies, these corporates are testing students on. TCS, Ninja, Google, Microsoft, Infosys, Cognizant, Capgemini, everything we take care of. Scrolling down, you will see Spruce Manager, which I talked just about, which takes care, it works on ERP software, parallel to what students are doing on my portal. You get all the recordings, everything, all your results, analysis, training needs, data needs, parallel to your portal, where you get a username, password. When I say you, I'm talking about the training and placement managers, I'm talking about principals, directors, I'm talking about NEAT and AICTE to track the training. Can we scroll down, please? We have divided this training thematically into 5 different parts. That is English, personality, aptitude and placement training, technical and domain skills, and job readiness. So once the student comes, lands here, puts his username, password, he gets entire session plan, schedule of live lectures here, and then followed by, the modules which are open for him. So these kind of modules are further divided into sub modules. Now we can just scroll down randomly, Mr. Vikram. English language has English communication, vocabulary, grammar, with some number of videos, assignments and online tests. Personality has personality development and life skills, grooming the student, working on his ethics, diversity, emotional intelligence, critical thinking. Then majorly what most important when it comes to training the students is basic aptitude, advanced. So we have divided aptitude into 2 different parts: basic aptitude, advanced aptitude, and interview preparation. And after once this is finished, this is very systematically made. Student comes to company specific testing, and that is very, very important. Student should know the pattern of the company test, should know the difficulty level of the company set, so that when he's sitting for the actual test, he feels comfortable. He feels that, yes, I have done something like that in past. There has been some proctoring done to the student in the past. So we give this company specific testing. Coding capsule is very important. It is need of an hour at the moment. You should have a coding compiler for the student to practice live codes in different languages, C, C++, Java, Python, Python 3, so in-depth analysis of these coding, the inputs and outputs, what student write, we are giving to the student. Then obviously management and graduate test series is there for the students who are in MBA or a graduate, normal graduate. Technical domain skills we have covered. See, you will appreciate one thing. In a 60, 70, 80 hours module, I cannot cover whole engineering, which you people are getting done in 4 years, or management capsule in 2 years, commerce capsule 3 years. But I have tried to put in what is in need and what we see, and we observe. My content team, my R&D team at backend, we are a team of 100 people working here in Chandigarh, in Mohali, in the IT park. So what we do is have comparisons, check what kind of pattern is being following. Accordingly, we put engineering capsule, management capsule, and train them on technical domain as well. Obviously, job readiness. So today, scenario is such: MBA student being asked questions on engineering student being asked question on management. So we are giving a taste of everything, every little to all the students: business communication, big data, digital marketing, and over and above this is very important thing which everyone has to understand, that everyone is giving everything, with all due respect. Even my colleagues, my competitors who are here today, there's no difference. The only difference is how you deliver your content. As I said initially, we, with the help of this self-learning module and the live lectures, the third very important thing we are supporting students with is the leveled testing, which means there has to be leveled defined: level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Once the student finishes the level, there is a criteria you have put, there is some time limit you put, finishes the level, then only he can jump to company specific testing. That kind of also provision is there for the student. Over and above this is the assessment module. So there are 2 modules which we have tried to help people with. So the assessment module, how it happens is that any student sitting for any company, the only way student can be analyzed is through a test which is in a proctored manner, which is which assesses all the skill set of the student, what has been trained initially by us or any other player in the edtech space. So student has an opportunity to come to this portal, put his username and password, click on continue. He directly lands to a page where there is a placement test of specific company. So for example, yesterday I was sitting with, I can see one of the questions, that what is the minimum internet speed required on this platform, by someone, Mr. Dipender Wagh. Thank you so much for the question. I told you 3G, and this test or any this platform, my platform can be run on any this device, even on mobile phone. A smartphone worth rupees 3,000 with an internet connection of 40 rupees, you will be able to access all the content. That is how we have built it. That is how coding friendly these platforms are nowadays. So I was telling about the test. So this test can be given in a proctored manner. So once I click on start test, can we click on start test, please? So that's how the test looks like. This is how the screen looks like. So you can see initially sections are ability, DI, reasoning, quant, verbal, technical, coding. Every type of section has been touched with some particular number of questions. What is the negative marking? How many total questions are there? So these kind of assessments are also available for the student to assess where the student is standing. And these assessment results further can be shared by us with the corporates, which can help the student get placed. Can we click on next, please? Can we show how the test platform looks like once, please? I'm ready to begin. Thank you. So there are some companies, like yesterday I was telling you, I had a meeting with MRF, HR heads in Chennai. They wanted us to recruit, students and train the students, get them assessed, and then place them in MRF in Gujarat and in Telangana. So they wanted students not from Ahmedabad and Vadodara and Hyderabad, because these students come and work with them only for 6 months and then leave, because they don't. So they wanted students from rural places. And sitting in a rural place, how will the student learn? How the student will give an assessment test? How will they connect to the HRs and MRF? So they had given us this opportunity to work with them. Yesterday we had a detailed discussion. So keeping in mind the questions you have asked, there was a question that whether it works on 3G or not. So obviously it does, because there are corporates who are looking for students from rural places who can give their more. I mean, you won't believe it, and this is my experience as well, that students from rural areas are more hardworking, more honest, more loyal, and give more time to the companies comparatively to students from urban areas, especially into manufacturing, especially where they have to get work done by the labor. And I have one more question. Good afternoon, sir. We are interested. Okay, right. So this is just for contact. Thank you so much. I'll certainly be in touch with you, sir. Right. So this is how the platform looks like. And the best part about this platform is the moment the student finishes the test, he clicks on submit. The moment student clicks on submit, there is an automated result which is shared with the HRs, with the training and placement cell, and with obviously with whomsoever has the access. Student clicks on save and next and gives the answers. So there are companies who allow us to allow student to change the section in between giving the test, and there are some companies who are giving time limits. So if you can see on the right hand side, there is a time limit. So 17 minutes 45 seconds, 44, 40. So afterwards the time finishes, student gets automatically a new section opened against quantitative ability. Can we close this window? So today I've got this opportunity. Again, I would like to thank everyone. Two different portals, two different opportunities we are providing to students, services we are providing to the student. One is training them on end-to-end training, on placements, which includes aptitude, soft skills, interview preparation, communication, and coding, technical skills. Add on to this, the second product which we are offering is assessments to the students, where we can also give you a support, indirect support of getting them placed in some good corporates. Thank you from my side. And whatever we are doing on our portals is all parallelly available for you to check, track, and identify on your portal as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Chandan, for demonstrating about your product and how it is useful for the students for taking their training and the placements. So the students will be connecting and they will be registering to the portal, and they will update you on that. We'll, if any queries comes to us, we'll also forward the same to you. Thank you. So next, I request Mr. Ashish.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, Chandan. Next, Mr. Ashish, Director Enterprise Sales, Simplylearn. You'll be addressing on the current digital skill requirements by corporates. Mr. Ashish, I kindly request you to address for the students and faculties present for the session today.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you for giving me an opportunity, and thank you all the AICTE members, especially Dr. Poonia, who is still there on and patiently listening to all of us. I need to share my screen. So can you give me, Baljit, can you give me the sharing rights, please?
Yes, it's given.
Yes, we are able to see your screen, sir.
You are able to see?
Yeah. You can make it as a full screen.
I will just do that. Just give me a second.
Yeah.
So
it's fine. You can carry on now.
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, what we are here for is not to promote anything, but actually to see and discuss the opportunities that can be worked out between the AICTE students, the institutes, and Simplylearn. AICTE and NEAT has started a great program where they have really squeezed each and every bit out of the institutions, the organizations like us, not in terms of money, I'm saying, but in terms of finding out what exactly is on offer and whether those things are useful for the students or not. So having said that, I will not take much of time, and I'll just talk about take two slides about the company, and then I'll come to the actual cream of the presentation about what we are offering. So our company is about 11 years old, and we have trained about 20 million users till now. And ours is a platform which provides special digital skills courses to the students. We are the company, when we were discussing it with AICTE NEAT, we also discussed the option of both B2C and B2B. So we have the options of collaborating with the institute at the institute level, so that the students of those institutes can be further benefited. Our platform is basically not just a MOOCs platform, it is a platform which provides live virtual classes also. What I mean is that once a student is enrolled onto a program, I'll talk about the programs which we are enrolled on. The students would be given the access to our LMS, which is our learning management platform, and through that, they will be given the access to the videos that are available in that particular subject. So this can be treated as a pre-read or a pre-listen mode, or a reference material which the students can learn before coming to the live virtual classes. So every course has a live class that is attached to it, so that the students can be imparted training through the industry experts. Mind you, these are experts who are working in the industry and have practical knowledge. We also give live interactive mentoring sessions. So we will have our teaching assistants who would be available 24/7, always available for the students. If they have any query, they can those queries can be addressed upon. Then obviously there are final assessments, project works, and since these are technical courses which we are providing, it also comes with a virtual lab. I was talking to a few vice chancellors in the morning in another webinar, and the topic of the discussion was whether the technical education can be imparted online. And everybody said of the opinion that yes, it can be, provided it is supplemented by a robust system that provides a complete ecosystem of learning, which is virtual classes, the reference material, plus the hands-on experience virtual labs. So these are the three things which we provide, and which is followed by a certification. So which is quite a must. So as I was saying that the training is provided by the leading industry experts. These are a few of the experts who provide industry learning, who provide the virtual classes. And all these courses are created, I mean, the pedagogy of all these courses are created by leading academicians of the world. And they keep on upgrading these courses primarily because to keep it abreast with the latest information, latest knowledge which is required by the industry. So I'll come to the basic point is that you can do this learning through our platform. This is how our platform would look like. You will have the videos, and you can do the look at the videos at your own pace. You can, I mean, it's not necessary that you have to be specific in learning that these are the learning times. At your leisure, you can learn it. You can select your classes as per your convenience. We have evening batches, we have weekend batches, so that will not affect your normal curriculum learning which you have to go through your classroom teaching, through your institute teaching. So that all these courses would be supplemented to the learning which you are already doing through your engineering or management institute. So obviously this is asynchronous. I mean, it is not a single delivery, point of delivery. It is not a monologue, it is a dialogue. So whenever a student comes into a live virtual classes, they would have the opportunity to interact with the not only with the professors or the trainers, but also with the peers so that they can learn extensively. They also have the option to practice their skills. As I said, we have live labs. There are a lot of technical courses which require live hands-on training, and we do provide virtual labs for it. In this case, you don't need to have any additional software to be downloaded. It can be done through our LMS platform. I mean, everything is integrated into the LMS platform, so you don't need very high internet speeds, which is normally a question by all the students. So it can be accessed from anywhere and everywhere. As a result of this, over so many years, we have tied up with so many corporates. We have imparted knowledge to so many learners, thereby increasing our impact scores. Impact score is something which is not controlled by us. It is the score which is given by the learners. So when a learner completes a course, they are given a survey, and based on their feedback, the strong net promoter score is decided upon, which is 80 for us. We also did a survey which says that most of our learners, 51% of the learners, were able to perform better. 44% of the learners were able to increase their self-confidence, and 5% obviously said no impact. There was a question which said, are these courses free? No, these are not free. These courses are available at a special, highly discounted prices being negotiated by AICTE NEAT. So there is always a charge for it. So these are the 6 courses which AICTE NEAT has approved. We have about 400 plus courses. These are the 6 courses which we have been approved by AICTE after rigorous evaluation process. There was 4 to 5 levels of evaluation process which we went through. So our programs were evaluated by the experts in respective fields. So you can become a DevOps engineer, you can become a data scientist, you can become a business analyst, data engineer, AWS Big Data certification, and Big Data Hadoop. So these are not single certification, these are set of certifications that are provided for when a student completes this course. I will run quickly through what these courses are all about. The first is DevOps Engineer with Simplylearn. It is a set of 7 courses. So once the student completes this certification, they will get a DevOps Engineer certification from Simplylearn, plus single 7 standalone certifications in each and every topic. So it has 9 projects, and as per the recent AICTE internship document, which clearly states that a final year student has to do a project work, which could, and our projects suffice the requirement of that also. So in case if a student, an engineering student wants to, is in a final year and they are looking to do some projects, they can, if they're enrolled in this, they can complete these projects and give the certification which could be equivalent to the project which the AICTE document talks about. It has 49 hours of e-learning and 170 hours of instructor-led training. That is 170 hours of virtual classroom training for this DevOps engineer course. This is how it would be working, different courses, how many times, how many projects, so on and so forth. So as I said, all these courses have labs also, which are virtual labs. So hands-on training can be also imparted. The DevOps engineers market impact, we try to do a little bit of market impact. What we have seen is the average annual salary of a DevOps engineer is roughly about $115,000 globally, and in India, the DevOps engineers are more sought after, and their salary, if they complete something on this particular track, their salary goes up by about 20 to 25% if they're already working. And if they're coming into the job market, in case of AICTE students, they are always sought after. So the next is data scientist with Simplylearn. It is a set of 7 certification course which has a capstone project, which is an industry-led project, which can be also we are trying to find out whether this can be treated as an internship as per the AICTE norms, because this particular capstone project can take almost up to 4 months to complete the project. So if AICTE approves of that, so that can also take care of your online internship also. So it's an extensive course which covers a lot of certification, and one of the certifications comes from IBM also. All these certifications, the earlier one and this, comes with a job assist program. I'll be talking to about the job assist program once I finish this, as Dr. Buddha was also talking that Simplylearn provides a job assist program for the students once they complete the courses. So this is how the coverage is. I'll be sharing this slide on the portal of AICTE, and if they wish, they can share it with all the participants also. So this is the data scientist market impact, which most of the companies currently, the companies which are trying to talk, recruit people are big names like Google, Instagram, Amazon, and all, because with the inception of lot of retail movement in the market, big data and data scientists are very sought after. And insurance and healthcare is another market which talks about which requires data scientists. And as you say, there is an average 28% growth of a data scientist vis-a-vis the normal engineers. The next course is business analyst. It is a smaller course which covers 80 hours of instructor-led training, which covers basically business analysis, Excel, Agile, Scrum, which goes into project management side of the thing. It is 77 hours of learning with projects and almost all the types of courses which we have. And this is the market impact. Most of the this is how the people grow in the market if you are a business analyst. Now almost every company, be it a manufacturing, healthcare, insurance, BFSI, anything, they need business analysts, because the market is ever changing, and we can see that the requirement is growing for business analysts by about 14% year on year. Next course is data engineer, which is a longer course from us. This also comes with the job assist program. It covers almost 9 certification courses, and we charge actually, don't consider these as 9 separate courses, but we give 9 different certification, but comes with a one single price. So this is how different courses would be covered, and 233 total number of hours are required. It also has labs in most of the courses, and obviously these are few of the companies which are hiring in data engineer. Average salary is about 8 lakhs per annum for the entry level if you come into if you are able to sell yourself in an interview, which we normally help under a job assist program once you complete a data engineering program. The next program is Big Data Hadoop and Spark Developer. This is a very, very small program of just 2 courses, but it requires 104 hours of learning, in total of 156 hours of learning. So it is a core Java programming course, and we have tied up with many universities and institutions in India, and core Java and Big Data Hadoop are the programs which are very sought after. And the moment we announce a group, those are filled, primarily because these are sought after courses and there is a lot of industry requirement for this. Again, you can see the salary, how it goes up. It starts with 5 lakhs and it can go up till 19 lakhs for the freshers. Believe in me, this is the kind of impact these kinds of courses can do on the students. Last but not the least, the AWS Big Data certification. This is again a smaller program which comes with AWS technical assistance and AWS data certification. It is a course with 77 hours, the smallest course on offer, but again very useful in terms of AWS technical essentials that are required. The market impact is obviously Amazon is one of the company, and lot of the companies which are into consultancy are looking for it, and they are looking for AWS Big Data certified trainers. So this completes my presentation. I'll stop sharing my screen, and I'll talk about more about I'll try to take the questions now.
Thank you, Ashish Ji, for addressing our participants about your product. Now I request Mr. Ankit from Skill Factory Learning Private Limited to address the participants now.
Sir, before I stop this, people have asked for my contact number. I'm sharing the
Mr. Ankit?
contact number. Sir, I'm sharing my contact. This is Ashish from Simplylearn. People are asking for my contact number. I'm sharing my email ID in the chat box for everybody for them for their reference, and they please feel free to write to me.
Now I request Mr. Ankit from Skill Factory Private Limited to address our participants. Mr. Ankit will be addressing on the cyber security analysis. Mr. Ankit, can you hear us?
Good afternoon, everyone. This is
Mr. Ankit, I request you to address the participant now.
yes, sir.
Mr. Ankit from Skill Factory Learning Private Limited will be addressing on the cyber security analytics.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Ankit, you can share your PPT and you can start addressing.
Sure.
Yeah, we can see your slides, Ankit. It's visible. You can start now.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you for allowing us to showcase our products, which has been selected by NEAT team. And I must appreciate the whole NEAT team for arranging these kind of awareness programs for everyone to understand what kind of things AICTE NEAT is doing in recent present to help students across India to learn, understand different technologies and adapt skills which is required for the current job market. Thank you, AICTE NEAT, for that. So today I'm going to explain about, or rather showcase about some of the products which has been selected by NEAT. So a little bit about me. My name is Aniket and I work as a security analyst, as well as I design content for cybersecurity products. And I work for this company called Skills Factor EduTech. We are from Maharashtra, Pune specifically, and we have been in this field from last 9 years. So a little bit about our company. So we are a dedicated training provider for universities, for colleges, and also corporate trainings. So far we have trained around 35,000 students across Maharashtra in the field of cybersecurity itself, as well as network security and likewise. We are also licensed training provider for Sector Skill Council NASSCOM, that is SSN NASSCOM, which is monitored and controlled by Ministry of Skills Development and Entrepreneurship. And we have 4 on-roll licensed master trainers who conduct training programs or train the training programs for colleges, universities, and students across India. And it is a great pleasure to say that we are the only edutech company in India who provides qualification pack in terms of SSN NASSCOMs, 2 qualification packs, especially that is SSN NASSCOM penetration tester, as well as SSN NASSCOM consultant network security. So these are the 2 qualification packs which we are the only company who provide in India. So that's one good thing which I can share with you about my company. Right. So a little bit about upcoming job market in terms of cybersecurity domain specifically. So according to Data Security Council of India, so they have predicted that in 2025, there will be around $35 billion market share in terms of products and services which are related to cybersecurity. If we consider this, which we what you can say, take a difference between now and the coming future, obviously it is huge in terms of Indian market, obviously. And they also predicting that there will be 1,000 unique product startups, which will be in Indian market. And for these 1,000 product startups, they obviously they require manpower. So they need around 1 million security professionals to fill up these positions. So why this is booming, why this cybersecurity is booming, there are many reasons. Some of them I have displayed on the screen, but still I'll like to explain them. So everyone nowadays have multiple devices, computer, laptops, smartphones, tablets. In your home, you might have a smart TV, smart refrigerator, voice assistants like Amazon Echo or Google Home, likewise. So the connecting of devices to internet has becoming more and more every day. So due to that fact, I'm not predicting, I'm saying that at the moment, there are different cyber threats to these kind of end devices, including users also. So the more devices we connect to the internet, the more threats we might face, right? So for that reason, the cybersecurity market will be a little bit in demand for that one reason. And other reason would be every company should have their own infrastructure, IT infrastructure. They should have their own websites, smartphone applications, and they should have their own they should have the customer should need to access their services using one of the other devices. So for that reason, they have to make sure that users or customers' data is protected, and they should provide some kind of standard privacy to every customer. So for that reason, obviously they need security manpower. When I say service security, I'm talking about cyber security, right? And because of these, there are too much data is on the internet nowadays. If you haven't heard about the recent Facebook data leak, which happened in previous month, so around across the globe, 533 million users account has been leaked online of Facebook, right? Out of 533 million, 60 million, 6 million, sorry, 6 million accounts were of Indian users. So when you put data online, there is always a risk. So we have to make sure that our data is not at risk. We have to implement some kind of decent or standard security to protect our information. So this is the upcoming cybersecurity market. So based on this, we have developed around 18 products across the cybersecurity domain. But out of 18 products, NEAT has selected 4 emerging technology, emerging what we can say skills which are required in the future job market. So they have selected likewise. So we have 4 different products: cybersecurity, digital ethical hacking, web application security testing, and network security expert. So I'd like to explain a little bit about them. So highlights, if I have to highlight cybersecurity certificate in cybersecurity, this is just a general cybersecurity program. So this would not help anyone to get a job, but think about the things which you are losing by just not understanding the cybersecurity threats and whatever the attacks were happening on an everyday basis. So for this, you don't require any kind of programming knowledge, you don't require any kind of technical skills. But if you are an internet user, if you use internet through a smartphone or a computer or a laptop, and you have a smart TV in home, any of the end devices which connects to internet, then obviously this particular product is for you. You don't need to understand any of the technology. You just need to know how you can able to protect yourself from common cyber threats which are at present, which are being faced by different users around the globe. So some of them would be the ransomware attack which is happening across the globe, right? So we are going to make you understand how to protect yourself. I'm not talking about what should you do after your computer gets infected by ransomware. We are taking precaution measures at the moment. So by implementing precaution measures, you can make sure that your computer will not be hit by any kind of ransomware, right? So likewise, we have different sections in this particular course, like email privacy and security, how you can implement privacy for your email communications, specifically for if you are in everyday job and you want to communicate via emails, and you want to make sure that your information is not read or understood by anyone else, then obviously you in between anyone else, then you should implement some kind of privacy and security to that. And we have within this program we have how to implement Wi-Fi security for your home network, or if you are visiting any of the Wi-Fi zones, free zones, airports, railway stations, or hotels, and we connect to Wi-Fi networks, then we have to make sure that everything is being secured. Social media privacy, which is nowadays quite boom because everyone is on social media like Instagram, Facebook, some other Snapchat, some other social media accounts. So we have to make sure that we being protected by some kind of standard security, which helps us to protect our information. So in this particular program, we talk about those kind of things which general users actually require. So again, once again, I would like to point it out that this particular product, certificate in cybersecurity, is not at all for what we can say for career point of view. This is for your own protection. So we have developed likewise itself. Moving to the next product, that is a certificate in digital ethical hacking. This is obviously career-oriented course. This is the career-oriented product which we have developed by understanding what is required from business, right? So every business should have their own team which protects information of their customers or their network or their applications. So likewise, we have developed this particular course. So in this course, you are going to understand about the security aspects, but before you implement security, you have to understand the weakness of what kind of weaknesses are there, how an hacker can able to steal your data, for an example. So we have to understand the offensive part of the security. Then only we can able to defend them with some existing security protocols or applications which are already available on the internet. In this particular program, we'll concentrate on two different platforms. One is web applications, and another is network and system platform. So in these both platforms, which is actually required for every company, because most of the companies have their own web applications as well as their own infrastructure network. So and computers, obviously, computers should have to operate from their employees' point of view. So in this particular 3 or 2 platforms, so we are going to train you based on that, and all these training will be based on practical, hands-on practical. So we have our own cloud-based virtual labs. So even though you don't have any high configured computer system, so you can able to access our cloud virtual lab without thinking twice about whether you have to upgrade your computer or what. Moving to the next product, that is CVAST. We call this as a certificate in web application security testing. This is specifically designed for developers, web developers who are pursuing their career. Either they are learning it from some other company, either they are in engineering academia, and if you want to pursue, if you are already pursuing a web development, then obviously this would help you to understand why web security is more important, because website is everywhere nowadays. You talk about anything. If you talk about the COVID registration, it is also working on a website, and as well as the mobile applications. So likewise, every company has its own web application. So they should have they already have their own teams who require to understand the security point of view of the web application. So we make you understand the offensive part first, and based on that, you will definitely understand the defensive part, how to implement security, because you already gone through the offensive part. So within this program, I have highlighted a couple of things. What would be the focused area? So we'll talk about cross-site scripting. We talk about SQL injection. We talk about server-side request forgery. We talk about server-side template injection. Likewise, a lot of popular offensive web-based offensive which is going on around the world. We talk about that, and we able to help you to understand the defensive part of that. Again, this particular program will be completely hands-on based on our cloud-based virtual labs. And another one good thing about this particular program is you can start your own bug bounty exercises, right? Nowadays, big companies like Apple, Facebook, Google have their own bug bounty programs. So what simply bug bounty means is they put up something online, they give you some scope, and you have to find some kind of bugs within that application. So if you find if that bug is quite critical in terms of risk factor wise, then obviously they will pay you likewise, right? It starts from $200 to it can reach up to $30,000 and $10,000. Sorry, $1 lakh, right? It depends upon the risk of that particular bug. So that's this product. It focus specifically on that area. Next, this is the last product which NEAT has selected this from our whole list of products. This would be again a career oriented. This CNSE stands for Certificate in Network Security Expert. So this is a little bit expert level as the name itself implies. So if you have a basic understanding of how internet works or how network works in terms of infrastructure within a company, then obviously this would help you a lot. Because we are concentrating on how to protect from different types of infrastructure security threats. So when we talk about, if you have heard about the recent news last week itself, in United States, there was this ransomware attack which happened on the pipelines infrastructure on pipeline industry. So because of that, they had to shut down the whole some part of the country's gas, that means petrol and diesel, giving out the diesels and petrols because of that reason. So when it comes to infrastructure, so every big companies, every country has its own infrastructure. So based on that, we are going to, in this product, we are going to understand about how security can be used to protect your own information, right? And the concentrated area would be VAPT, that is vulnerability assessment and pen testing, specifically on infrastructure. And we are going to implement, based on that, we're going to implement security controls. We monitor traffic. Most of the time, huge traffic flows through between client and server, and we have to monitor for suspicious activity. So we are going to monitor traffic for that reason. And once we understand the whole concept of infrastructure and what to implement in terms of security wise and privacy wise, so we are going to design policies for industries like healthcare industry have its own different set of instruments. Education industry has its own, governments has its own set of instruments as well as the infrastructure. So likewise, we design policies for different industries. Again, this product would be completely hands-on on our cloud virtual lab. Moving to our training methodology, how we are going to train in terms of all these across 4 products. So we help you understand the fundamentals because that's the root to everything. So if you miss the fundamentals, even though you learn about the advanced technologies, it doesn't really matter because you don't know anything about the fundamentals. So we concentrate on that, then move to the practical part. That is our core concentrated area. Then we move to the scenario based, because practicals there are 2 ways of understanding practicals. One is in a lab environment, which is everything is set up, and then another is scenario based, which is a simulated, or what we call it as a simulation environment. So in simulation environment, we create an infrastructure. Likewise, health industry, manufacturing industry, IT industry, banking industry, and everything. Based on that scenario, you try the practicals, understand how what are the possible points which we can help them to understand and secure them. And after this, we understand the case studies which has happened so far. Virtual labs, a little bit about virtual labs, which is completely gamified, on demand. Gamified in the sense scenario based, as I said, on demand. You can access anywhere from any device. Obviously not from smartphones, because this is for practical. So you have to have at least a regular computer on your phone, on your in your home, and you can able to access our virtual labs using our cloud environment. So for this, you just need 1 MB, 1 to 2, in between 1 to 2 MB of internet speed. You don't require any more than that, and you don't have to install anything. Everything is set up online. You just need to click and start working and start practical, right? And this is an example of our virtual lab. You'll get tasks, different tasks, different challenges have different tasks depending upon the course you choose. This is an example of one of the tasks. So there will be a description of the task, the name of the task, description, as well as a couple of submissions. So if you want to start any of the practical, you have to deploy the machine. So everything is online. You just click the button. It takes around less than 30 to 40 seconds to deploy the machine, and you start doing practical. Once you go through the questions, so you find the answers while doing practicals and answer them, and you have to submit. So if the answer is right, you'll get a check mark. If it is not, you'll get an error. And so this is an actual. This is how it looks like when you access our virtual lab, right? And we have already collaborated. We are business partners. Obviously, we have already collaborated with a couple companies in terms of research and technology. So those companies will help us to understand what is required in terms of business, specifically cybersecurity, and they help us to understand why it is required and what they are expecting from us in terms of to generate the manpower itself. So we have collaborated with a couple of the universities across Maharashtra, Shivaji University, Jalgaon University, and a couple of colleges like DY Patil, some others. So once we get collaborated with each other, so we can help each other to understand what is required and how we can able to cope up, how we can able to help the individuals like businesses and academia, and as well as the research and technology partners. So that was everything from my side. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, I would like to take now.
Thank you, Mr. Ankit. We'll take the question and question session after the complete all the speakers' addresses.
Sure, sir. No problem. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Ankit. Thanks for addressing about the cyber securities and the opportunities in the cyber security. Once again, thanks for joining us during today's session. Now I request our next speaker, Dr. Prashant from Rubyscape to address our participants. Prashant, your screen is visible. You can start presenting now.
Oh, I hope I'm audible now.
You are audible, sir. You are audible, sir. You can continue.
Yeah, sorry for that. I didn't realize it was on mute. So thank you for inviting us here, and some outstanding speeches during the course of interaction, and quite insightful and encouraging atmosphere, I would say, by the AICTE and NEAT. Lot has been said, so I would preferably not repeat some of the things that are already done, but our focus is going to be on future skilling, mainly data science, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and big data. And what is a unique approach that we are bringing to the AICTE through Rubyversity is that the software and knowledge were put together that actually provides a differentiated learning and accelerated learning. So let me just put things in a context. What is happening is post-COVID, a lot of things have been affected, and they are be it work, workforce, or workplace. All of this has completely changed, and be it automation or virtual digital technologies, which is springing out the need and demand for future skills. And what we mean by future skills is conventional jobs of software developers and testers. They're getting automated. Infrastructure management. You're seeing that the sophistication in technology is actually changing that. And then there is an emergence of AI, machine learning, blockchain, cloud. These are kinds of the new emerging technologies that are coming up. And when we look at it from that point of view, the advancement and automation is something that we cannot stop or even slow down now. So in order to achieve the goals of Digital India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, what is the way forward? And when we look at it from that context, that be it education, be it manufacturing, health tech, service sector, everybody is reinventing their business models. They're adopting newer technologies more and more, and that is what is creating a huge space, especially in India as well as globally, for the data platforms that can bring out the innovations of unstructured data. We classify that as big data, and that's where Rubyscape has built a truly made in India technology platform, and Rubyversity is its edtech education arm that has been now partnering with AICTE to bring about this digital revolution and making in true sense made in India dream a possibility. So let me just share with you a very specific context when we are talking about artificial intelligence and machine learning.
data science, these things are becoming buzz, and there is also a reason to it. And not only industry, but government and education is expected to be the large spenders, adapters, and consumers of what we call as a data as an asset. So if you look at India's national data platform and the data policy, even the artificial intelligence policy that India has made, and I'll not be surprised, maybe a couple of years down the line, India may also have an AI ministry, because that has a very deep impact on the industry as well as society, government as a whole. So what this National Data Platform initiative by Niti Aayog uh, actually is setting up the infrastructure for capturing the data related to the government, revenue districts, the health, finance related things about citizens, government departments, industry as a whole. And with that data platform, it actually creates the public data sets that are available on the data marketplace by Government of India. So data.gov.in, if you go, there are already millions of data sets that are happening. And if you compare this with potentially Australia, UK, even Singapore for that matter, because Government of India's promoted data marketplace is comparatively a very new initiative, there's a good amount of sophistication. Some examples that we can discuss is like Setu application is bringing out a lot of data on the data marketplace that can be picked up by scientists, researchers, institutions for doing the data science, classification, clustering, to be able to identify what are the patterns, what is likely to be an impact, and then share and collaborate with the ecosystem partners. And we are seeing that this is a new India. Decision making is not happening in silos, and citizen data scientists are actually largely participating in this movement thanks to National Data Platform Initiative. And if you look at this National Data Platform, these blue arrows is something that is actually helping the people, be it consumers, investors, startups, research institutes, enterprises, government departments, or even PSUs to be able to leverage on these data assets. And according to the NASSCOM's very latest report in the data and unlocking the value of data is a very recently published publicly available research report that talks about post-COVID, the data and AI market is expected to be around $500 billion in next 4 years. And that's massive. So India is set to be completely not only digitally transforming, but with the data and AI, it is set to really achieve the skyrocketing growth. And what we have done as Rubyscape as a technology company is aligned this national data platform movement with our technology and product innovation, and also translated that into a learning and education initiative that help people in not only skilling but skilling them also on Made in India platform, and which is likely to be adopted by the local governments as well as universities, education institutes, and industry. So when we look at the overall AI and machine learning landscape, it is very important for the students, aspiring students, to know what is there in for them as an opportunity. If I were to give you an analogy, it's like if you want to learn how to swim, before jumping into the pool, you need to see whether there's enough water, right? Otherwise, it will not be possible for you to really learn it, or even if you learn, probably it's not really going to help you. So let us look at that when we talk about the AI machine learning landscape, what are elements that constitute or construct this entire landscape? So first is the personas. What is important is that who are the people? When we talk about artificial intelligence, it is actually a fusion of human and digital. And it is never going to replace human, because we are a largely populated country, and we also have to have that humanitarian angle. So when we talk about artificial intelligence, it is not replacing people, but it is complementing people with their strengths and synergies to be able to achieve a better, superior impact through technology adoption and automation. So what are the people who are going to be the consumers of this technology? That's defined in the persona mapping, and there are about 12 personas that we believe are going to be the game changer in data science and AI landscape. Now these personas, or the people, needs to be supplemented by what we call as the knowledge that is required for them to be able to do their data innovations. And this knowledge is available in various kinds of form. So Rubyversity is our edtech, which actually runs on a very sophisticated LMS, and that has the knowledge that comes from not only Rubyscape as a technology, but open source theory concept, mapping that curriculum with the AICTE guidelines, also encouraging students to do their not only capstone projects and virtual internships, but leading them towards the product and idea incubation and startup acceleration program. So the skill sets are very important, which is actually the union of the roles and the knowledge. And the way we have built the Rubyscape technology architecture is skill set, data sets, tool sets, and mindsets. So the next one comes in as a data set. Now, what is Rubyversity's goal is to connect people with their curiosity and knowledge with any kind of a data. So when we talk about data, we are essentially here talking about data ops. Data engineering, data connectivity, wrangling of that data, modeling that data, and what kind of data we are talking about. Unstructured data, which is image, video, sensor, device, speech, audio, location. This kind of a data is very important and generating a tremendous amount of value, and you need a very specialized tool sets. So we also provide these tool sets that allow you to connect to this data and convert that into a value for a decision. And then comes in the tool sets which are in machine learning operations, which is called popularly in IT ML ops or AI ops. When we talk about ML ops, it is a core data science process, which is an analytics workbench where you do prediction, text mining, forecasting, and there are highly specialized tools. When we talk about AI ops, the ecosystems are basically the bots. Smart bots are running your processes. They're doing a lot of repetitive job. Image processing or video audio kind of a data is being captured, and we were actually working on some very interesting use case on machine learning in music, that by understanding and listening to the music, can we say that what is going to be the mood board or mood sentiment of a people when they're listening to this particular song, and what impact it has on probably the mindset quotient of an individual. Now when you look at this kind of a thing, how you can train the machines to analyze this kind of a thing, and these are some of the very interesting AI applications that you can build. Then there is a DevOps. Now the DevOps is actually when you have a data set and you want to build your next innovation, be it like Swiggy, Zomato, or Uber kind of apps, which are OTT apps, and they are actually as aggregators bringing their consumers to the table, but underneath they run real-time data science applications like Rubyscape. Right, and hence DevOps is also very important, that it is not your journey starts when you are learning data science and machine learning, but from there when you take up maybe a basic certification course and then go to the diploma degree. Now when you are actually doing deeper and advanced level of education, that should also create some employability opportunity, as well as it should help you cross skilling and upskilling, as well as it should lead to your research programs or startup acceleration. And that's where this DevOps or the collaboration or information collaboration portal actually kind of comes in play. And using all of this, doing all of this, what you're doing is being able to create a value and an impact on using your data related assets. So maybe alerts, optimizations, decisions, insights, forecasts. These are value outputs of how you're being able to process the data. Now, this is a little busy slide, but this actually tells the entire story about what is a technology that runs behind making these kind of imaginary things a reality in today's time. And if you see that the gray shaded text labels and icons are something that actually defines the landscape, and these colorful icons are actually depicting what is Rubyscape bringing in. Now, one of the differentiating factor of Rubyscape is that it's not only bringing the knowledge asset, but it is like, you have to decide how far you want to go in the journey of artificial intelligence and data science. And we can not only partner with you by imparting knowledge, but we can give you the tool set. We can help you acquire the skill sets and help you with this co-innovation data platform as well. So let me take a minute now to talk about Rubyversity. It's positioned as the future school. What it actually does is that it brings in the entire toolkit of Rubyscape as a software package, which is seamlessly integrated into the various courses and modules that we offer. We have done some very rigorous evaluation with the AICTE NEAT program and some foundational courses we are launching now for some of the students that are actually in the AICTE and NEAT fold. So the software is one part, but the various kinds of knowledge. And when you look at Rubypedia, which is actually product documentation, but RubyQuest is an expert guide. So it depending on how you would like to actually move to the next level. I mean, after you learning some machine learning and deep learning, you may want to build some video analytics. You want to do image processing, face recognition, sentiment detection. Maybe you would like to develop a system where you scanning the X-ray. You are actually wanting to analyze and plot whether how much COVID infections are being spread, and there are school college going students which are not studying medicine being able to do that because of their knowledge of image processing, right? And that's the bigger opportunity. Artificial intelligence can actually create opportunities for conventional education led professions to actually bring in innovation and disruption, and that's really the opportunity is. Ruby Talks is basically a podcast and a video platform that actually provides a video based learning experience which makes it very joyful, and then there is a bot that always goes on assisting you. So what we have done is that there are 10 courses with more than 300 micro learning capsules, and what we believe in is every micro learning capsule has to be within 5 minutes, so that the uh, engagement and interest level of the students is high, and it creates a desired impact. It should give the value for money to the students as well. Now we have plotted this with the data enthusiasts or students when they aspire to become data scientists. And if you actually look at from the foundation to the certification to the diploma, degree, and masters, so this masters is equivalent to almost about 2 years program, and they can do that as a self-paced. It can actually be done in 8 to 10 months itself, because the curriculum has been mapped, and because it is digital, virtual, and online with video lectures as well as the virtual assistants, depending on the pace and the speed, it can actually be defined. So we start with the foundation program with AICTE, and we certainly are looking forward to help AICTE led program initiatives, whether it is with the MHRD or even with the PSUs and some of the government initiatives, that how we can help in adopting the AI machine learning technologies more and more. So when we talk about, these are some of the value points of the Rubyversity's offering, and it is very well aligned with AICTE's initiatives. Completely online, it runs on a very sophisticated LMS platform and completely digital. So this actually is an interface, and I'm going to give you a quick glimpse of both the product as well as Rubyversity. So it actually brings in not just the knowledge or certification, but it also provides, like if you want to be an innovator, you want to constantly be engaged, right? And there are ways in which we certainly would like to work with the AICTE as well as NITI Aayog, as how we can make the technology available even beyond courses to the students on a permanent basis, because we being Indian startup, we have limited resources, but we certainly are wanting to look forward to work with AICTE, so that especially the rural India students should have some good data center for Rubyscape, where 24/7 they should be able to do their innovations. Look at what is happening post COVID, that if students are not being able to go to the urban areas for doing their engineering and medicine courses, maybe at their hometowns they can do BSc, MSc in agri, and can they do these kind of machine learning courses and then come out with maybe soil testing as a service, maybe cultivation as a service by turning tractors into a semi-smart or a full smart tractors, right? There's so many ideas that are happening in health tech and agri-tech areas. So let me take a pause here and quickly give you the glimpse of the product. I hope my screen is visible.
It's visible.
Yeah. So this is the product, and we call it as a low code, no code data innovation platform. And this is the virtual machine learning studio. So on the left hand side, you can see these are toolbars. And in the Ruby Studio, which is a virtual machine learning studio, that has several functions, including R and Python seamlessly integrated when you talk about data preparation functions, when you talk about model orchestration, reading to writing, everything from source data to target data is actually available there. The machine learning is actually helping in building your prediction model, leveraging on several algorithms in classification, regression, or association mining, clustering, and all of that. Now, the beauty of that is if there is a classification linear regression, I can simply drag and drop that into a canvas, right? And this is what we call as the visual no code low code. And when I click on that, on the right hand side, you can see the properties, right? And you can simply link this to the next level of process, and with that, your dependence on programming is reduced drastically. Open source is a free software, but that actually requires a lot of software programming skills. Using AI and machine learning, if I want to innovate some disruptive product, why you want to make a software engineer out of me? Let me be an agri-tech innovator. Let me be a health tech innovator. And that is why we have actually simplified the whole data science experience. Now, this one is actually using AI for news reading and doing sentiment detection on, say, Indian banks. So when we build and run and test this model, you can actually see this is a news analysis. And if I go to the sentiment analysis portion of it, I can simply select the entities which are some different banks, and using Google News API, we have actually faced this, and this is real time. You can actually see the performance, speed, and what are the varieties that it actually brings in. And there are so many different banks, and if I click on a particular bank's positive sentiment, I know that, okay, what is the sentiment trend, and as of today, what is their market capitalization and how their stock is doing in the market. Now, what's interesting is when I simply say that I want to go in an edit mode, you can simply say that this is a visualization software. It actually now is bringing up the creator, which has how you can have the visual selections, your data sources. The best part is that what you're doing in visualization here, if your model is not accurate, if its testing parameters is not good, you can simply go to the studio and see that, okay, what needs to be changed. Now you can do this simply also on image processing, video analytics, speech recognition, vibration analysis in IoT, and all of that. So this is in nutshell what we bring up as the technology product. Let me take a minute to also show you the Rubyversity, and this is the interface. So when you go to Rubyversity, it actually provides the console to the universities, and sir was talking about the B2B model. We certainly would like to empower this technology and the entire LMS to the universities along with the partners, because there were some companies that we certainly would look forward to partner with them by providing them software technology embedded into their LMS offerings. And here is the foundation course that is approved by AICTE. There is also a diploma, degree, master level courses that are here. So one lesson of, say, basics of data science, which has the video libraries, which has quizzes, which also has the documentation, and you can simply run this self-led video that is actually running with simulators. So it gives you the theory concept, it also gives you the software interface as a simulator, and these are broken up into micro learning capsules, right? So when you talk about data science methodology, there are some quizzes, MCQs, there are some exercises that are being done here. And when you go to the fundamentals or the courses, see, this is what is data science, and you simply play that and it goes very, very fine and fast, right? I mean, if I simply go here and say that I want to know introduction to machine learning, and I go into a preview mode, simply it's actually running from there itself, and I can take it number of times. If there is a, I can also put the checks and balances. If your understanding in the MCQs and your test assessment score has to be at least beyond this kind of a threshold, right? So in the interest of time, I'm not going very deep into this, but this is also available on a mobile client. This also works on very light internet bandwidth. And at appropriate stages for advanced courses, we also provide with single sign-on the access to the software and access to the knowledge ware, right? So that actually helps that if somebody is, actually living in a small town and maybe a farmer's son, he doesn't have to, really take an education loan and go to the urban areas. Sitting at home, they can actually become AI machine learning engineers. And that, according to us, is the contribution by startups like us, that how we can make Atmanirbhar Bharat or Digital India, Skill India initiative a practical reality. So that's all from our side. I would be happy to take any questions you may have.
Thank you, Dr. Prashant. Thanks for addressing our participants. Dear participants, now the session is open for question and answer session. I kindly request you to raise your hand symbol so that we will make you unmute and you can ask the speaker. I request the participant to ask to which speaker you are asking, either by the company name or the speaker name. If you remember the speaker name, you can just ask them, or if not, you can the company what they represent, you can represent it so that they are very clear, so they can answer accordingly.
How can I say? बोले नहीं आप बात कर सकते हो मैनेजमेंट से.
No, be bit louder. Be a bit louder. We are not audible.
आपका जो भी है वो मिलेगा. हाँ तो फिर मैं बोला वो भी.
So we can see a few hands are raised there.
उसको फिर वही भी बता.
Mr. Amul Bogle, Valjit, you can unmute them.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. Please start.
Yeah, actually, I just want to ask the question to Aniket Badami.
Yeah, please continue. Please continue.
Yeah, Aniket sir,
Yes.
is this all courses are self-learning mode or virtual machine mode? Virtual interactive mode?
Both courses, all of our courses have both available for both platforms. So you can opt for self-learning mode, which has videos, training videos, lab manuals, and other than this, we have books, which we can help you to understand the conceptual part of the product or the course, and you can go with your own pace to understand the particular product or the course, and that is self-learning mode. But you can, if it's possible from your side to go for live training modes, which I suggest strongly for that, because there would be a one-to-one interaction with you. And like if you have doubts, we would be able to clear them up as on that particular time only. So you don't need to wait for our reply. And live training mode have multiple advanced features, like you can interact with virtual labs and talk with me at the same time. Let's say if you're having trouble to access some kind of challenges on a virtual lab and you want to solve it as soon as possible, so I will be there and trainers will be there to help you out. But other than this, you will get all of the same features which self-learning mode has.
Yeah, next question, participants.
Ji. Yeah, hi. I just wanted to ask from Bullseye, is this also any certifications for the students that they give the test when they, attempt this entire program?
I request you to be a bit louder so that it's audible to everyone.
I just wanted to know any certifications are also there from Bullseye when the student is giving the test or attempting the assignments.
I could hear someone asking that whether the certification is there. So certainly, obviously, there is some parameters that student has to attempt. He has to follow. There's some score parameters and some attendance parameters which we have kept, and accordingly we certify. There is a digital automated certification happens, like it happens with Udemy and Coursera. Same way certification is done for the candidate students who participate and do the training with us. Thank you.
Next question.
I'm sorry, sir, but I can see someone Siba Panda asking a question to me. But if you can give an access to them, it will be better.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. I have a question that I gone through your website when we were speaking. So that point of time, you have a question and answers for the interview questions for big companies like Microsoft, TCS, Wipro, Infosys, mock type test. Is it just a demo version, or it's a real questions you discuss with them and putting into the platform?
Sir, it's a mix and match of both. I mean, we have people who have gone for those interviews, got selected. We take their feedbacks. We record their interviews and put it for the students, as well as we prepare students with our own database of questions. So it's a mix and match of both, and we can customize it according to your requirement. So depending on what kind of companies are coming to your campus for placements, accordingly the training will be done, sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Right, sir.
Yeah, next question.
Hello.
Dear participants, you can also type on the chat. We can ask on behalf of you. If you have any questions, if you are not, no, your internet connection is not good, please type on the chat. We will ask on behalf of you. Yeah, you can ask your question now, please.
Okay, thank you. So thank you, sir. My question goes to Dr. Pansare, sir, from Rubyversity. The question is, I wanted to understand what are the future opportunities after I do this course, one, and two, what are different types of courses that you offer other than the fundamentals of data science? Thank you, sir.
Yes, that's a good question. First is that the United Nations, NASSCOM, and Government of India has defined data science and artificial intelligence as the future skill. So it is very much in demand. And in fact, for the time benefit, I actually did not repeat the points, but a couple of earlier speakers actually gave the thrust on some of the statistics on how the data science artificial intelligence market in India is likely to be. It's a huge, vast market. What is important is that the data science also has software programming, hacking, mathematical, statistical skills, and this is actually, hitting the glass roof with respect to its ability to, there are more than 7 lakh jobs that were needed last year, but hardly, 1/3 of that has been met because the proper skilling and channelizing is not happening. If you actually look at any current research, whether it is India or even developed countries, the highest demand for the IT professionals is data science right now. The second question is that when you get started, so what we have done with AICTE is that we are helping the students take one step at a time, rather than giving, throwing them maybe a 2 years masters or 1 year degree course. They can actually, build up the appetite for innovation, appetite for learning and adopting technology. And rather than they learning, 5, 10, 20 technical aspects of AI machine learning, let them grab a specific knowledge and build up their own ideas, build up their own projects. That is more important rather than, they trying to spread thin. There is also generally a trend that during the vacation, students actually want to do a course only to obtain the certification, right? Our objective does not start there. In fact, it doesn't stop there, but this first foundation course is a starting point, so that they know that, okay, can they develop an interest? What are the possibilities? We actually give them the access to the problem statements and data sets. That is more important. And it is like, if you want to go to a sports hobby you want to develop, you need to go and hit the playground and play football, cricket, hockey, and then you figure out that where your interests are lying down, right? And sometimes it comes with an instinct. Sometimes it comes because you get good coaches, and sometimes you get good exposure. So especially when we are targeting these programs in the rural India, for the want of a lack of exposure, they are not being able to go to the urban cities. It is also not affordable, not only with respect to the fees, but hostel, food, all these expenses add up to it. So that is where this virtual mode and the digital mode actually helps rural students tremendously. They can start small, and as we say in a cloud terminology, buy or pay as you go. That is the method with which we have introduced the first foundation course. And if you look at even in the foundation course, we have actually covered quite a good depth and breadth of the topic, so that the students are at the benefiting end.
Sir, I have a question on that. Can I?
Yes, please go ahead.
So I have two questions. One question is that now one software is coming up, Ruby, who people are saying that to replace Python. Basically, new softwares are coming on data science. So are you planning for any other softwares except R or Python for data science? That is my first question. The second question is, when you are teaching, what we observe when you are teaching machine learning and when you are placed students in the company like Google or Microsoft, so our students are weak on deployment of a model. So they did everything on Python in the laptop, which is 8 GB RAM, right? But when you are saying that deployment of a model means end-to-end solutions, they are not able to do end-to-end solution. Now people are like Stanford and MIT is coming up with a concept called machine learning engineering or artificial intelligence engineering. I think this time they offered through Andrew Ng offered this course. So is there that type of platform you are developing so that our students can deploy the model from end to end, from the scratch to the end? That means as a product, or your company is going for a fundamentals on machine learning and artificial intelligence, the basic fundamentals and background on that part. That is my question. Are you offering any advanced course which will deploy a machine learning model? Let's suppose you go for a face recognitions. Okay, I did it on a face recognitions in my laptop through Python, through TensorFlow, everything. But if you say that I put a camera and I want to recognize that face through that camera to my laptop, and the sound pop up like Alexa, that hello Prashant sir, welcome. That type of things are you offering? That is my second question.
I'm very happy that you asked this question. It's quite a long, apt, and a very focused question. So let me answer that in two ways. One is that we certainly are providing the technology plus knowledge, right? So students get the hands-on, and most importantly, this is a data innovation platform that coexists, that help you co-create, right? So we don't say that you don't go to open source or don't go to any other proprietary platform. This platform can actually be interfaced with lot of other ecosystem. In fact, R and Python, we have also integrated that within the platform. Jupyter Books, Julia, this is all part of now Rubyscape as an offering. So most of the open source tool sets that we have also embedded. Now it actually helps you to leverage on R for Rubyscape, R for Python. So to build your machine learning model easier, faster. Also do the multi-model orchestration. World's one of the largest two-wheeler automotive companies running on Rubyscape, and they run more than 1,200 models every week for their demand forecasting. One of the largest European manufacturing company has signed up with Rubyscape a multi-year contract. They use it for Industry 4.0 and IoT, and for their smart factory initiative, they're actually doing this for the shop floors machine vibration analysis, right? So they call it as a NVH analysis, noise, vibration, and heat analysis on understanding the health, hygiene, and safety parameters of the machine. One of the largest Singapore's digital bank is using this for portfolio signaling, sentiment detection, and social listening of the platform. Now I'm coming to your second question, is that when you are building the machine learning models, What is the real advantage of this platform? It brings the cloud powered compute to you. You don't have to run them necessarily from your desktop, because desktop will definitely have a constraint on the hardware. So if you're doing image processing, or if you're doing video processing, or some satellite image processing, you need a GPU or you need a better compute, so that your models are actually being running and producing accurate and faster results. So what we are doing with Niti Aayog's Atal Innovation Incubation Program, we are working with several leading universities to help them in setting up machine intelligence or AI data science center of excellence and the incubator centers that actually will deploy the data center based Rubyscape technology that provides a very, very faster compute, extremely affordable or free, because it might come under, through the government funding. And very soon we will also announce some of these center of excellences that we are signing up with some of the leading universities in western and northern India. So that also helps you in overcoming these challenges of you being getting a little stuck, because if you don't have adequate infrastructure, you're not being able to really leverage on the strength of data science and AI. So it is like, probably you're learning a cricket, but you're only playing a gully cricket. It's not that. If you want to become an Olympic champion, if you want to play an international level game, then there has to be also a pathway. So during the presentation, we have actually crafted that out quite well, that how we can guide the students to leverage on their earlier investment legacy projects and then go to the next level, right? With data science methodology, the capstone projects, access to advanced data sets and all of that. Like Government of India has an open dataset initiative, United Nations, World Bank, WHO, all countries, all states, all cities have now open data initiative. So there's a tons and tons of data lying idle there. You need innovation platforms like this that can help you in achieving your data innovation journey, or your passion for artificial intelligence can become a reality, that can become your profession. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So add on that. So that point of time, you are creating a platform like AWS, Azure, Google Cloud. Am I right?
As Amazon has a product called SageMaker. Our product is like that. We are not creating another cloud platform, but ours is a data innovation platform. Microsoft has Azure as a cloud, but they have Azure Machine Learning as the product, which actually is a similar product to Rubyscape. Right, so we are a data science platform. We run that on Azure, GCP, or AWS cloud. So we are not a cloud company. We are a cloud empowered data science platform company.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Prashant, sir. Dear participants, I request you to say your name, institute, and the place from where you are asking, so that it will be good, and also refer the speaker's name to whom you want to ask. So there is a question from Mr. Vishal. He had been asked that whether all the courses on NEAT portal are chargeable. Mr. Vishal, there are few courses which are at free of cost also, and few courses are chargeable. So that's been given in every product. There is a cost of the product. If it's free, it is mentioned as free. If it is chargeable, it is the exact cost of the product is displayed there. This is for Vishal. So next participants, if you have any other question, please you can ask the speaker.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, we can hear you. Please continue.
Hello, sir. I have a question for Aniket Badami, sir, from Skills Factory.
Yes.
Aniket, sir, do we receive any course material or any kind of software if we choose any kind of course?
All of our NEAT courses will come up. Obviously, you will get a lot of things, but I would like to highlight a couple of which is quite required for every individual. That would be an ebook, which is in the form of an electronic point of view. So you will get a PDF which you can read and understand the conceptual part of that particular course, and you will get lab manuals, which has a detailed explanation of how to perform a specific practical, and you'll also get credentials for our virtual labs, where you can access different challenges and perform your tasks based on the product. And you will also get detailed, rather I would say a concised a PowerPoint presentation just to make you understand one line to help you understand a specific topic. So these are some of the things you'll get with any of our NEAT products. Thank you.
Thank you, Ankit, and thank you, Saurabh. So next question, participants. I can see Mr. Dhanraj is raising his hand. Baljit, you can unmute them. Mr. Dhanraj. Okay. Pooja, you can ask the question, Pooja.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. Please continue.
Yeah, the question is to Ashish Sood sir from Simplylearn. Sir, may I know, like after doing data science from Simplylearn, what are the opportunities to work in abroad, and after how many days we could get the jobs?
Yeah, Pooja, thanks for asking the question. I did try to reply you on the chat, but having said that, let me tell you that there is no fixed timeline to get a job. A person with the right skill can fetch a job maximum within 2 months. That's the experience, and that's the normal average time. And regarding getting jobs outside India, our company Simplylearn is amongst the leading edtech companies of the world now. And our certifications are fully recognized across the globe, at least in the corporate world. It's being recognized by a lot of universities also across the world, like the Ivy League universities, Purdue, Duke, MIT, Caltech. So it is quite a recognized company with over $1 billion valuation. So people are aware of our company and the certifications and the trainers behind it. So you can fetch a job outside India also. I hope I've answered your query, Pooja.
Good evening, sir. This is Dr. N. Prakash from Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, Chennai. I have a doubt. Many of the institutes are offering free courses. Whether students will get a certificate for these free courses, sir?
Yeah, sir. This is Dr. Ilan from AICTE. So the students, once they complete the course, immediately after the completing the course, they have an assessment. Once they complete the assessment, they get the certificate, sir. It varies from course to courses. All the courses on the NEAT portal, once the students complete, they will get a certificate.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Just to add to that, this is Ashish from Simplylearn. Simplylearn has initiated a process called Skill Up, where we are providing almost 80 courses free of cost to anybody and everybody across India. We have tied up with NASSCOM, we have tied up with NSDC, and we are trying to work with AICTE also, where you will not get any certification, but students can learn. For certifications, they can pay, do the assessment, and get the certification. This is outside the NEAT portfolio.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Ashish, that course is there on AICTE free product course. Those products are there. Few products are there. Whatever 80 products you said, those products are there on a free product by chance?
No, Dr. Farhan, there are no free projects. We have differentiated our offering, especially for AICTE NEAT. That was the prerequisite for the NEAT to provide a special course learning path for AICTE. So those courses, what we are saying, 80 odd courses are free of cost, are available on simplylearn.net for everybody and anybody to learn. It is just a learning process, but not with certification.
Okay. Thank you, Ashish. Thanks for the information. Thank you.
Pleasure.
So any other questions from the participants?
Sir, good evening, sir. This is Dr. Farhan Zoom from Siddhartha Institute of Engineering and Technology, Hyderabad.
Yeah.
Sir,
we can hear you, ma'am. Please continue, ma'am.
Yeah. Sir, for paid courses, a set of students can be included or the amount is for a single student?
Well, there are courses, ma'am, which is we have a B2B model, that is where you can buy as a set of course also. That is, institute can directly buy on a NEAT portal and can give it to the student. Other one is B2B, where an individual students can register and you can also buy it, ma'am. Both the options are available on the portal.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Dr. Farah, this is Ashish again. As I mentioned earlier,
Yes.
the prices were negotiated by AICTE NEAT for B2C pricing. That is, any student can come online and pay on those prices which are mentioned on the AICTE NEAT platform. But as Simplylearn, you can contact us for a B2B model where a set of students can come together and institute can place orders on behalf of the students, where a special pricing can be worked out based on the number of students and the course they are choosing. So that is a possibility where students can benefit if they come together and institute places the order on behalf of them.
Yes, sir. If a set of students are there, then the interest will be increased rather than individual student.
Yes. We can create a group for them to learn together, so that they get the benefit of peer. They get the benefit of peer learning also, and they get the benefit of global learners who are in the cohort. So as our cohort, the learners together come from across the world. So they can interact with the other learners from US, UK, Australia, Japan. So it's a mix of all the people coming together.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Pleasure.
Ms. Swati, you are, yeah, please.
Good evening, sir. My name is Swati. I am from Government Polytechnic College. It is in Badanpet. I would like to ask a question that after completion of diploma, what type of job opportunities we can get, sir?
See, as if you say as a diploma, it's again based on the skill set and the knowledge we have. And do you belong to which department? Do you belong to which department and diploma?
Electrical department, sir. EEE branch. Electronics, Electrical and Engineering.
See, today, if you look into the our national education policy, other system, it's completely based on the skill the student have. See, opportunities are ample. If you go through any website today through the NASCAM, or you see different portal, including the Naukri or any portal, they claim that there are large number of job opportunities available. Only we say that the required skill sets are missing sometime. So the platform like NEAT provides a skill set, what is the industry need today. So those skill sets can be taken and you can get a job. It's not like, that today, if you look into it, many jobs is required some basic skill set. So you have been good at, say a Python program. For data science, you have certain set of skill set which you do along with your diploma course. You are being eligible to get a job. So it's not like very specific that what kind of job you want to get. It's what is your kind of interest and where you want to look into it and apply it. It's you can I can say in word that job opportunities are ample if you have enough skill set what the company is expecting from you. So if the EduTech representative wants to add any points, please you can add it.
Yeah, I would like to add, I fully reciprocate what my fellow friend has just mentioned. Is that jobs are there. It's just that you have to be there at right time at right place. You can do any diploma program right now, because in a corporate world, people are looking for the skills and not the degree. So if the skills are appropriate and you are there at the right time at right place, then getting a job is not a problem. And if an organizations provide job assist program after completion of certain diploma programs, then it is always beneficial to tie up with them, because then the students can go through that assist program and the chances of getting the job is much better than any other chance of going individually.
Thank you, sir, for your suggestions.
Thank you, Swati. I can see on the chat Mr. Arivalagan from Sri Ranganathan Institute of Engineering and Technology, Coimbatore. His question is, whether all the courses are open to all or there is any department specific, any fees concession for students for the paid course. Mr. Arivalagan, see, this course is open to anyone. Imagine you are a mechanical engineer, you can opt for AI course. So you say like you are a computer science engineer, you want to opt a course. There is no restriction that only specific department students should go for specific courses. As I said, a mechanical student can carry out a course on AI, or he wants to do on say like data science. It's not restricted here. This NEAT portal is open. Any interested student. Imagine that if someone is in the first year of engineering, or if someone is a +1, +2, or if someone is already having a job, they want to do some courses for value addition. NEAT portal is open. Anyone can register and start doing it. This answer to your second question, any fees concession for students for the paid course? Yes. If you go there, look into the website, there is a B2B model. Already companies have confirmed that if there is a example, say some 5 students together or 10 students together, they want to join, there are some fees concession which is fixed, and they have been already discussed with internally, and they freeze the fees and which is available on the portal. So you can always make use of it. Also want to convey you that there are some courses which is at a free of cost. Please, you can start using those courses also. This is for Mr. Arivalagan.
To add to that, sir, may I take the opportunity to add something to that? Whenever a course is being selected, please look for a foundation course in that. Say, for instance, a mechanical engineer wants to do something on AI. Look for courses which starts with foundation and has a stackable learning one over the other. So if it starts with foundation course, then goes to the next level and then goes to the next level. Look for these set of courses and then ask your students to do that, so that anybody can do any set of course and upgrade themselves and upskill themselves as per the requirement of the industry.
So any other participants want to ask a question for the speaker? I can see Dr. Sendil Kumar has raised his hand. Baljit, you can unmute Dr. Sendil Kumar. And also Rekha, Jai Shri. I can see some 4 or 5 hands raised. Jai Shri, you can ask your question, Jai Shri. Dr. Jai Shri, you can ask your question.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Voice?
Yeah, we can hear you, ma'am. Please continue.
Hello.
Yeah, we can
Hello,
hear
sir.
you, ma'am.
What kind of jobs are available in data science, specifically for electrical engineers?
Ma'am, as I said, there is no specific background which is required to do a data science or data analytics. I am doing a certification, full certification course on data analytics, and I come from a commerce background. So it doesn't matter which background you are coming from. It matters what skills you are developing. So what most of the edtech companies create and suffice your requirement for your career and future jobs, and not for just one job which you will fetch today. It's your career opportunities that are opened by these edtech companies.
Okay, sir. Sir, my question is that are there any specific core related data science jobs for electrical engineers? That's what I'm asking, sir.
There might be. I am not fully aware of if any of my friends from the other edtech companies can answer this.
Okay, sir. Sir, why I'm asking is that because even AICTE has given the opportunity for the autonomous institutes to provide a minor degree in data science for electrical engineers. So I'm asking what are their opportunities in their core field as far as usage of data science is concerned?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am, if you look into it, we have been introduced those courses because there is a plenty of opportunities in each of these domains. We are also bringing out with a report which will be shortly made. We are proposed to conduct a conference on livelihood and the recent technologies livelihood opportunities conference, where we are bringing out a separate report which will mention that what a diploma students can get a job in a data science, how an engineering students can get into it, or as a certificate, how the certification course can have a job opportunity in the data science. We'll shortly, we are preparing those report, ma'am. We'll shortly come back to you with the update on that, with a specific domain which will be available on AICTE portal shortly. I can say in 1 or 2 or 3 months time, ma'am. So we
Okay, sir.
plan
Thank you.
specific because there are a lot of questions raised in a similar line saying that there are a number of emerging technologies, the AI, machine learning, data science, 3D printing, robotics, IoT we are talking. So we are saying that what would be the livelihood opportunities, what are kind of startup opportunities which is available for the students, including the faculties, how they can continue further research in this domain. Such kind of reports are being prepared and a committee is being formed. It's under a discussion, ma'am. We'll come back to you on that shortly.
Okay, sir.
So
Thank
that
you
you
very
would
much
have
for your answer.
that will be a clarity on that. Yes, sir.
Alan, very relevant question from Madam side.
Yes,
Actually,
sir.
now AICTE is permitting not only to autonomous institute, any institute they can offer with civil engineering, artificial intelligence as a minor, with mechanical engineering, robotics, they can have honors degree like this one. So a lot of options we have given, opportunities we are giving to students, so that it is just like multidisciplinary activities. But wonderful question she is asking that if someone is doing data sciences with electrical engineering, what will be the job opportunities, where the scope of those students will be, how their possibility to be absorbed in the industry sector, how it will enhance. So one exercise you can do, Alan, that in every branch, assuming that these type of courses, say AI, data sciences, machine learning, deep learning, robotics, cyber security, like this one, if branch-wise students are taking, then what are their job opportunities? What are their job opportunities? So we can compile that where they can be absorbed, and even we can share with the universities so that it will be much more clear to the students. It will be much more clear to the teachers also.
Yes,
Wonderful.
Yes.
Sir, in our current livelihood conference, whatever we are proposing, sir, like where we had a separate committee which is working on it, sir. So we are working with your story. We have brought a 2 version of report, sir, as a just a concept note, which have been working out with a different industry, including NASCAM and different companies who are in the core domain, in the emerging technologies, sir. They have given, say, each sector, these are the job opportunities which is available, sir. We are working on it. We are putting forward to a panel who will discuss. We are inviting all these, all our stakeholders during the conference. Also, we want to interact and the answers will be given them, sir. So majority of this kind of questions will be answered during the conference, sir, actually.
Very good, very good. Another one, and the today's discussion, say around 2:30 we have started, it is around 5:15. So
yes,
it's a long discussion now, and video which you will be creating, it will be very long, 3 hours video, and probably
yes,
people won't be able to see everything what has been transacted. So my
yes,
suggestion is, this video you can divide in 4 parts. There are 4 major companies, you know, and a lot of discussions related to those companies, their product, it has been taken place. So
yes,
this video you can share with all 4 companies. They'll edit according to whatever strengths they are having. Even some more addition they can do into this one, so it can become more useful for the universities and for the students. And then we can share these videos to different universities, different colleges, to students, teachers, everything. So in place of putting this 3 hours video on YouTube or on our web portal, it won't serve the purpose, because no one will be going through this 3 hours video. So just 15 minutes that contains, you please try to create by editing this one and by companies itself. So they'll make more attractive, some more additions, more value addition they'll be doing into this one. So that exercise also you please do.
Okay, sir. I'll initiate that also, sir. Yes, sir.
May I add one? May I, if you permit,
please,
Poonia?
Please continue. Please continue.
Sorry, sir. I should not say, but because I am from Data Science and AI, NMIMS University, Mukesh Patel Institute of Technology Management. We are the first who started data science and AI in India. So to prank with you, so as questions raised that electrical is linked with data science or AI. For example, suppose I have a meter, we did a project on meter reading, when electricity meter reading. So that point of time, there is a very fake meter reading happening nowadays. People are saying that my bills are high because it is not reading properly. So we develop a system where you put your mobile phones on the meter, automatically it will read the number and it will generate a bill. And the customer, it will send a SMS to the customer with the images. So that way you link AI with electrical. Suppose wiring is there, whether I'll go for a proper wiring or not, I will take a picture, go for artificial intelligence and find it out where I'll put a wiring. Because that point of time, I should know both the things. I should have a knowledge on electrical and I should have a knowledge on data science or AI. Second, for example, chemical engineering. We are doing a project with Nelson Paint, Asian Paints. So they are using image painting. So that point of time, they are using 5D images, not 3D. So that point of time, customer asks, let's suppose I want a red pinkish color. So that point of time, red pinkish color, what are the color combination will be giving so that it will give you a red pinkish color. So that point of time, they don't know. They don't know the components of the color because they are chemical engineers, but they are doing by experimenting in the lab and finding out pink, yellowish color. So through artificial intelligence, through data science, through real neural network, we can find it out what is the best combinations of color demanding by the customer. So that point of time, a chemical engineering can integrated with data science. Sorry to interpret, but this is the discussion. That's why I intervene and answer the question. Sorry for that.
Very good addition into this one. So depending upon the application, whatever the area may be, what is the application according to that one, these emerging areas, the technologies can be applied. Even when we were discussing in one company, they were saying depending upon the mood of a person, the song can be selected and he'll or she will be enjoying. Similarly, colors you said, if someone is going to make some purchase, a sari or something, and depending upon the choices of that person, if some neural network can be established, then choices can be read from the mind of that he or she, and according to that one, the salesman can put those colors only. So many applications can be. So even improving for marketing, improving lifestyle, improving the productivity, everywhere the different applications it can be.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
So participants, if we don't have any question, we can close the session for today. You have any other question? Right. Thanks for all the participants.
Alan, one minute to every company.
Tell me, Swati. We can hear you. Please tell me.
Those classes we have to daily listen or only for one day?
No, we have on every Tuesday and Thursday. Next at least 3 to 4 weeks you will have. We will update on our NEAT portal as well as you will be receiving a mail. Because this skill and personality development program, institutes which are all offering skill and personality development program, you will receive a mail from Mr. Paramjit from their cell about the program. As of now, we plan every Tuesday and Thursday. By any occasion, if you cancel, it will be the next day. You will be receiving a mail and it's available on the NEAT portal. The purpose we planned this session is because we want these courses to be offered for the skill and personality development program registered students. So you can, the faculty who are in charge of it and students who are been viewing this, you can understand more about the course before you are offering or if you have been taking any course. This is the purpose of it. Sir, yes, sir. Vice Chairman, sir.
Yes, Alan, I'm saying one minute to all 4 companies for their final remarks, the questions which has been happened here. Second one, when Thursday we are doing program, please invite our NEAT coordinators also. In every university we are having now coordinators. So those coordinators should also be available. They should be connected. In what way in that particular state they can put forward the initiative which you have taken.
Sure, sir. I'll convey this. Yes, sir. I'll do that, sir. I'll do that. Yes. Yeah, I request our EduTech company representatives to give your 1 minute feedback and suggestions so that we can take it further on that.
Thank you, Dr. Poonia. This is Ashish from Simplylearn and Dr. Ellen for giving us this opportunity to speak to everyone. I believe this is a good initiative where we are able to connect with the end users. And if possible, we can get the list and contact details of these end users who have logged in today. We can probably connect with them. And also, if we can have a list of all the coordinators, the AICT state coordinators, probably we can connect with them also. That would be another way of connecting with the institutions under a B2B model. B2C is a different case where AICT is already helping us for B2C and whatever leads are generated. But this is something which we are very keen on. And last point, what I would like to say is Simplylearn being the amongst the largest EdTech organization of the world. We would really like to associate further and help the students under the AICT NEAT program, because all our programs comes with the job assist program. So students, once they complete our certification, would be given a help to fetch a job, which is a very, very important tool which we are providing for our students, for our learners. And we'll be happy to connect with more and more institutions and students to help them upskill themselves.
Ashish, very good. That will do certainly through our NEAT coordinators, which we are having statewide, will do.
Yes,
and sir. Even the people who are connected today, probably it has been recorded now and will be transmitting through YouTube, and many places will be putting these videos. My request is, now AICT has taken one initiative to all EdTech companies who are connected, even students, teachers who are connected. We are having now, we are in the process of devising one mechanism for assessing the learning abilities of the students, in fact, learning outcomes, whatever they have studied, what are the learning outcomes of that one. So during first year, means in second semester, in fourth semester, in sixth semester, in eighth semester, 4 tests will be conducting for each student in the country, and branch wise will be conducting. Roughly 20% weightage we are giving to their core competencies, and 80% of that test will be on their attitude, maybe physical, mental, social, financial, and spiritual. In those areas, how they are performing. So what we have planned in second semester, the physics, chemistry, maths, which they have studied up to class 12th, and after that when they are applying that knowledge, that will be testing. When they will be entering into second year, some 10 areas, suppose someone is from mechanical engineering, 10 areas, major areas of mechanical engineering, which they have studied up to second year. In those 10 areas, some thousands of questions we have generated according to Bloom's taxonomy, level of difficulty like this one, that question we have said. In third year, there are 20 areas in mechanical engineering we identified. So in those 20 areas, again, thousands of questions it has been generated. In final year, there will be 30 areas, 30 major areas of mechanical engineering which they studied in second year, third year, final year, like this one. So then we'll be assessing, and there will be some gaps after second year, some gaps in mechanical engineering. Again, some corrective measures inside the university, inside the campus. Every time we are saying after doing degree that these are the gaps, the employability of the students are less, it won't serve the purpose. We want in between corrective measures by changing curriculum or teaching learning method, and even connecting like portals of NEAT. If some gaps are there, where those gaps can be filled, who can help them? Suppose today I'm going to a doctor for my pathological test, some blood testing, it is being done. In test, it is being said that it is your hemoglobin is less or your sugar is high and all. That test won't serve the purpose. Purpose will be served if some solution of that one is being given by doctor, someone is doing the treatment of that one. Similarly, what we are doing, after doing those gaps in learning assessment, we'll be suggesting the students that these are the people who can help you.
Yeah.
So yes, one is related to our core competencies. Another one, these emerging areas in which you people are working. Can you devise a bank for some questions, even in these emerging areas also? Suppose someone is doing his degrees in data sciences, maybe his master's degree or UG degree, or some 18-20 credits additional he is earning as a minor degree like this one. But certainly some expectation will be having according to the needs of the industry, according to demands of the industry, that at least this level they'll have to achieve. So if that sort of question bank, if you people can suggest, and that question bank we can put on our strength learning assessment portal, and when they'll find out the gaps, that these are the gaps, this improvement is needed, then certainly they'll be directed towards you people that you please provide help to them.
Sir, it's a very good suggestion, and we'll be happy to work together with AICTE, not just our organization. I'm sure the other EdTech colleagues of mine would also be ready to help in that. But that would be a short-term solution. What we would suggest is that we are right now only focusing on the students to get themselves upskilled in the current digital skills. AICTE has a program to develop the teachers to a certain level, but not in the current digital skills. Why don't we also make the teachers also develop their skills with the students, so that in next 4 to 5 years, those teachers are well equipped to identify the gaps in their individual campuses and rectify it. So that would be a long-term solution. Short-term is, yes, what you are suggesting is very correct, that we can create a question bank.
Ashish, that testing will be for teachers also. We are bringing all teachers on that platform also. We'll be doing testing of the teachers also, according to their specialization. Someone may be specialized in design, someone may be specialized in management. So depending upon their specialization, we'll be doing their testing also. Again, we'll be identifying gaps for those teachers. And then our initiatives and even people who are connected with us will be taking their help, that at least the confidence building of the teachers in those areas which they are expected to deliver, how those gaps can be filled. So it is both for students and both for teachers. Yes.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion. And what I would also like to recommend is that for the continuing upgrading of the students as well as the teachers, since we already have free programs, if AICTE NEAT is fine with it, we are ready to connect our free programs with AICTE NEAT, so that the students and the larger community is benefited, and it's not restricted to only few people who visit our website. It is available for everybody, since we work this under our CSR responsibility. So we would be happy to connect with AICTE, and I'll connect it separately with you to include all those free programs with AICTE NEAT, so that the continuing development also happens.
Wonderful, wonderful. So Alan, please note this one, and we'll be connected with Ashish in what way we can take his help, and particularly for the larger section of the students and teachers.
Yes, I have noted down, sir. Mr. Ashish, I will connect you in offline. I'll come back to you with updates with some write-up on those things, how to take it further on that.
Surely, Dr. Alan, I'll be happy to connect with you on that.
Yeah. Mr. Chantanu, you have any remarks?
Dr. Alan, and I would really like to thank you and Poonia sir for giving us this opportunity to connect. There were lots of questions personally asked on messaging by some people from different colleges, which I believe that I have done the justice by answering them. And over and above that, all my partners, my colleagues, who were there were from a technical background, whereas us as an organization are into training students for aptitude, majorly aptitude, then soft skills, interview preparation, group discussions, how to write a resume and other things, coding. So what happens is, obviously it's a need of an hour, but end of the day, when we talk about an end-to-end solution, it has to be a mix and match of all, technical as well as aptitude, because whichever stream the student goes in, whichever corporate the student is planning to go, it has to be a combination of all. So mix and a match of technical, which, as Mr. Ashish said, and my other colleagues said, plus aptitude, which includes math, reasoning, DI, verbal ability, puzzles, and how quick you can be. There's the same maths which we were taught in the school time. With the lesser time, you have to put that magical maths into it and trigger those answers when these companies' test comes. So we'll be really happy to work further with, as again, Mr. Ashish has just added on, that if you can help us with some connects with the colleges, because people are asking questions here, this seems like interested, but then, I've got some queries where people look like a little lost at where can we connect with you with. So I've just told people that we are there on AICTE NEAT portal, and directly you can put a query there and it will reach us. We'll get back to you and we'll make sure that whatever best we can serve you, because as again, the costing which we have put and the special cost which we have put is specifically and specially after, all the, there was a process which AICTE and NEAT followed. So we were under inspections, other things happened, and our quotes were, we've been already negotiated with it. So you don't have to worry about it. You get the best quotes when you're coming through AICTE and NEAT. So again, thank you so much, Dr. Allen, Dr. Poonia. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chintan. Thanks for that. I ask Mr. Ankit from Skill Factory.
Thank you, sir. Would like to. It is actually a pleasure to meet the other company members and understand their products, what kind of products they are offering to students, and it would obviously help for as a business from a business point of view, for me to understand. It is help us to understand that what is required in the market, and based on that we can able to help each other to develop a product. Dr. Ellen, I do have one question, which after introducing our products on NEAT portal, we are getting a lot of requests, and one of the requests which we are getting from most of the institutes and colleges would be if after completing a specific course, whether they are going to get a certificate from NEAT also or just from our company. So I didn't know the answer. I just said them, so I will get back to you.
No, it's only from your company, because it is NEAT evaluated product, so which is available on a NEAT portal, AICTE evaluated product. The certificate will be issued from the respective companies, because the skill set which is being provided, training provided by you, assessed by you, and you are providing the certification to the students actually.
Okay. And I do have another one question. So as we are already affiliated with SS and ASCOM, so is it okay to use their logos in our certificates when we provide to our customers?
No. If you have been, we don't restrict any of your association already. Whichever your existing protocol, whichever you are doing it, you are going into that. So we are looking only from the perspective of quality of the content. Our expert, independent expert committee had evaluated the quality of the content and their opportunities for the students in their thing. So you can go ahead with whatever existing with that. That's fine for us.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Sir, I'm Swati, sir. After completion of these live classes, if we get any certificate, it is used for diploma, sir.
See, Swati, as we said earlier, any value-added courses is being taken, and if you have enough skill set, if you have it, so it is always useful for any employment opportunity. See, again, if you have data science, you have enough knowledge and skill on the data science, today the opportunities are available more. We also identified on the NEAT the course emerging technologies, and all it's in personalized, adaptive and personalized learning. The students say we have certain courses, say your skill set, imagine my skill set in English is only 40%. If I start doing my examination, the question comes are based on my skill set of 30-40% on English. Imagine you have 80% knowledge on English. You start doing it, the course, the questions whichever or the assessment whichever will be carrying out is above 80%. It's an artificial intelligence based personalized learning. So which will enhance your employability skills so that you get your job opportunities are more. So you will get a certificate which will be useful to you, even though you are a diploma student. There is no difference whether a diploma or engineering student. It's only purely on the skill set and knowledge you have on it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Swati. Next, I request Dr. Prashant. Dr. Prashant from Rubyspace Private Limited to give your remarks before we concluding the session. Okay, so we are not able to see Dr. Prashant. Sir, Vice Chairman, sir, shall we close it, sir, before any session? Any other things?
Yes, please close. Thank you. Wonderful, wonderful, very good.
Yes, so now I request our Baljit Singh, our startup fellow of NEAT team, to give you a formal vote of thanks. Mr. Baljit Singh?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. First of all,
Be
good evening,
Baljit,
everyone.
bit louder, Baljit. Your voice is low.
Yes, sir. Now I'm audible, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's audible.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Baljit Singh, and I'm here to present the vote of thanks for today's seminar. I would like to thank you, our keynote speaker, Honorable Vice Chairman, sir, Professor Poonia, sir, for enlightening us with these valuable words. Today's webinar was full of knowledge and interesting things. It gave deep insights into the NEAT scheme and its onboarded courses. The speech of Vice Chairman, sir, was really informative. And the precise knowledge that Professor MP Poonia, sir, gave us will definitely help us in future for upskilling our students and society. Once again, I would like to thank you, Professor MP Poonia, sir, for taking out time from his busy schedule. So I would also like to thank you, our Chief Coordinating Officer, Shri Chandrasekhar, sir, for presenting about the NEAT scheme and internship portal as well as NEAT portal. With the guidance of Buddha, sir, our team is able to develop these applications which are very useful for every graduates nowadays. I would like to thank Dr. Ellen Gowan, sir, for guidance for organizing such kind of webinars and implementing the NEAT scheme. On behalf of NEAT Cell, I am also thankful to all our EdTech partners, Ashish ji, ji, Shantanu ji, Prashant ji, who have presented their course very beautifully and replied all the queries raised by the audience. It will definitely help our students for upskilling themselves. Also, thank you to all faculty and students for joining here and present here for paying your attention in learning. I am also requesting you to share this information among your student network so that all will avail the benefit of NEAT scheme. Thank you all. Thank you once again. Thank you.
Thank you, Baljit, for giving a formal vote of thanks. Thanks for all your support you extend for as a teamwork for implementing the NEAT scheme. I want to inform all the participants, faculties, and students member. We want to convey you that on Thursday between again 2:30 to 4, we have another 4 companies who will be addressing about their products and also the employability skill opportunities available in the emerging areas. I request you to convey this to your colleagues and their friends, and you can participate. We will also send an official mail to everyone. Thank you once again for sparing your valuable 3.5 hours or 3 hour 15 minutes time for participating in that. Special thanks to Vice Chairman, sir, from 2:25 to now, still 5:45, sir, continuously listening and giving your valuable feedback, sir. It was really a big motivation for us, because I know that you have many parallel schedules and busy schedule. You have been throughout the session. We are blessed to have you and your guidance for implementing this scheme, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you. Well done. Well done. Very good.
Bye. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Bye, sir. Bye, sir.
Badhiya, Baljit. Best wishes, Baljit. Aashirwad. Bahut acha.
Thank you.
Yeah, namaste. Namaste to all.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.